Everybody, Roseburg football is on the air. It's a brand new year, a new era, and a new coach. Tune in Friday nights all season long as the Roseburg Indians take to the gridiron for some hard-hitting high school football action in year number 1 under head coach Matt Watson. Live video broadcast today sponsored by the Cow Creek Tribe. Audio also available on the Score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Now let's head to the field. Here's Joey Kieran and Knight Ureski.
Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to Finlay Field on the campus of Roseburg High School in beautiful Roseburg, Oregon. Tonight we get a chance to bring you a Midwestern League matchup between your Roseburg Indians and the undefeated Willamette Wolverines. Big test here tonight and a big matchup that's got a lot of importance on the line for the Roseburg Indians. We'll talk more about that as we get our Roseburg Disposal pregame show underway. Let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. Coming up, we'll have a chance to talk with head coach Matt Watson on our Evergreen Family Medicine pregame coaches interview. Expect the unexpected at Evergreen Family Medicine, serving Roseburg, Myrtle Creek, and Sutherland. Evergreen offers more than traditional primary care. You can always expect more from Evergreen. We will get a break in here just momentarily, and then our word with head coach Matt Watson coming up. Want to remind everybody tonight's game is streaming live with video online at 541radio.com and on our YouTube channel. Search 1490 The Score and follow us there to make sure you don't miss another broadcast of Roseburg Sports. Tonight's broadcast on the video stream is brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe. Back after a 2-minute timeout here on 541radio.com and on The Score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
When the first Cascade branch opened in 1948, things were a lot different here. The fact they're still here says a lot about the way they do business.
Staying in business for 75 years requires the cooperation of generations. It's the desire to learn and grow with your community.
My account number is only 5 digits long. What that tells me is that this is a local credit union.
Cascade Community Credit Union would like to thank you for 75 years of growth and support here in Douglas County.
Back here with more of our Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. Well, Roseburg is hosting Willamette this week, and joining us for our Evergreen Family Medicine coaches interview, it is head coach Matt Watson. Coach, the team coming off of another kind of nail biter all the way down to the end, and I think you said afterwards it's been a bit of a roller coaster. You guys don't necessarily want to settle for moral victories. What's the biggest takeaway you had from that North Eugene game, and how do you guys kind of try to continue to build off of what you've been able to put together on, it was a Thursday night last week?
Yeah, right. A lot of it is just we can't spot teams 21 points, and, it doesn't matter who we're facing. We can't start that slow. We have to start faster, so we've been working on starting fast in practice and keeping the intensity high, getting breaks where we need to, but it's all about starting fast.
Yeah, I was going to that was my next question, is just how do you guys how do you get them to get, right out of the gates, come out there, swinging, come out fighting, and looking to try and kind of take the first step rather than waiting for the game to come to them?
Well, I mean, we're on week 6, right? So at this point in the season, it's motivation from them. A lot of it's motivation from themselves, and they got to recognize, and we all recognize where we are in our season. We don't have a whole lot of Friday nights left, and we want to keep playing long into November. And if we're going to do that, we're going to have to start fast. We're going to have to flip the switch early on a Monday. Don't wait until Friday to flip the switch. We got to start early and take what we want.
You mentioned that we're getting late into the season, 4 games left to go. I'm sure that the playoffs was a goal set for this team at the start of the year. And to get there, unfortunately, you guys have kind of put yourselves in a hard spot. How do you feel like the team is maybe dealing with a little bit of the realization that the pressure is ramping up in these final few weeks of the season?
I think the pressure has always been on us. We've had high expectations since I got hired, and those expectations have been relayed early on. And we don't want to just settle for moral victories. And, I'm incredibly proud of our kids. They fight so hard. It's really encouraging, and it's awesome to see them fight. But we know that we want to win football games, and they want to win football games. And so we're talking about what it takes to start a game or what it takes to finish a game, as in the case of the Thurston game.
You guys, everybody wants to be at full strength at this point in the season. Everybody's probably dealing with some bumps and bruises. Last week we saw a couple of guys out that I'm sure you guys would have liked to have had available to you. How are things been progressing? You had a little bit of an extra day between the last game and this one. How are things progressing for you guys on the health front?
Like I said last week, nobody's played a game at 100%. Nobody's ever done that, and so we've got an amazing athletic trainer who's taking really good care of our players, as she does with every athlete that comes through the high school. And so if they've got an owie, they go see Lindsay, and she does a great job of getting them what they need and getting them back to the field as quick as possible and as safe as possible.
Shout out to Lindsay and Centennial Orthopedic. They do a great job out there. Going into this one, you've said it before, nameless, faceless opponents. It's kind of hard to do that when there's some names and faces on the other sideline that these guys are going to be familiar with. Going into this one, has there been any more energy around going into Willamette this week?
Nameless, faceless, right? I mean, they know the names, but, I mean, we're a small community. This has been every year. They've been guys that they faced in 7-on-7. They've been guys that they faced in basketball. There have been guys that they faced in other sports. So, it's just like any other time when we know who we're facing and the names are familiar, but we're just trying to be 1-0. Be 1-0 every day in practice, be 1-0 every game day. That's our goal.
Well, that was head coach Matt Watson here on our Roseburg Disposal pregame show. The teams are agreed to an earlier start, so we got to cut things short. We're going to have the opening kickoff here. We'll have some commercial breaks to make up. Kickoff is away. It'll be Willamette receiving, and the opening return, a huge hit on the return man for Willamette. Makai Adams brings it out to the 17-yard line, and boy, did he get stuck.
He certainly did, and I just think about this early start. It just felt like the team was ready to get out there, and, I mean, it certainly showed right there on the kickoff. Big hit right away.
So we get things underway here tonight. Welcome you in, everybody, after our Roseburg Disposal pregame show. Willamette will have the football. They start at their own 17-yard line. Here comes the offense, led by Trey People, a transfer from Norco High School in California. He is a recruited player. Looking to try and maybe go to somewhere like Michigan State, Hawaii, Maryland, or others. People will lead the offense out for first down and 10. Roseburg looking to show some pressure, and offside for Dre Burwell as he tried to show the blitz. Trey People, the senior quarterback, there with him, you will see a familiar name in the backfield here tonight. That is Maverick Akers, a junior for the Wolverines, transferred from Roseburg High School. As well, you've got Tyson Rather, Makai Adams, Cole Zumwalt, and Blake Pierce, some of the names you'll see on the offensive side of the ball. Pierce sets up as the H-back tight end to the left side of the formation. People in shotgun with Akers to his left, a yard behind. They're going to pitch it to him, going left on 1st and 5. Gets tripped up as he goes across the 20, stumbles forward out to the 24-yard line. So after the penalty by Roseburg, put the ball out to the 22. It's a pickup of another 2 on the ground there for Akers.
Looking at that front line, Gabe Walker, Vincent Huckins, Mason Brooks, Jackson Doty, and Tony Cumberland, some of the numbers and names you'll see up along that front line. Going on second down and short, give it to Akers over the right side, a lot of space. He gets taken down by his ankles. Gets a pat on the back from Paxton Burke, who came up to make the stop. Those two in the same class last year, both juniors this year, but are now at different schools. It'll be a first down run out to the 30, a pickup of 6. Your starting lineups are brought to you by Southern Septic Service. From residential to commercial, Southern Septic Service has your behind covered when it comes to septic tank pumping and inspections, portable toilet rentals, and grease trap cleaning. Southern Septic Service, woman and veteran owned, and proud to support our local sports teams. We are over a minute clicked away in this one. First down of the night for Willamette on their opening drive at their own 30. Roseburg looking to send pressure again. Picked up. Quick slant route to another former Roseburg Indian. Haven't seen him a lot on the offensive side of the ball, but he does come out. Brody Robinson, the senior for Willamette, makes the catch. Got a couple extra yards after the reception. Takes it out to the 38-yard line. A pickup of 8 to make it second and short. So far, we've been seeing a little bit of everything out of this Willamette team. First true passing attempt there for him. Trey People comes in, averaging 55% on his completions, 661 yards this year, 11 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Roseburg fakes the blitz, picked up, looking to go deep down the sideline. It is caught by Robinson, and trying to rip it out from behind. McLean Stedman can't break the ball loose, and Brody Robinson, playing on the field that he called home last year, will make the catch and set up first and goal for the Wolverines.
You got to think this game just means a little bit more for Robinson. We're seeing Willamette right away target the former Roseburg players here back in their hometown, and already some success. That was a nice thrown pass right there from People.
2 catches for Robinson. They might be targeting some of these Roseburg guys early. He has now got 7 catches on the year. He's already got 2 touchdowns. That was a 9-yard completion from People to Robinson. Roseburg's defense now up against it with their backs right up against their own goal line. They'll go with a jumbo set. They move Pearson to the backfield as a fullback in the I formation. Under center, People turns, hands it. Robinson over the right side, runs over the top of Caden Austin and into the end zone. Touchdown, Willamette.
Really gritty run from Maverick Akers right there as he plows his way over to the right side and just uses his strength to muscle over a Roseburg defender. Really impressive opening drive for this Wolverines team that is undefeated.
9:39 to go in the first quarter. Touchdown there.
And all former Roseburg Indians getting the touches.
Right.
3 touches for Akers, 11 yards on the touchdown, and now Robinson also 2 catches, 67 yards on that opening drive.
The PAT kicker is Cole Newton, right-footed kicker. The hold is Tyson Rather. Gets it down, the kick away, splits the uprights, and it is 7-0 Willamette in front. Let's take a 30-second timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Roseburg football here tonight is brought to you by Roseburg Disposal, our pregame show sponsor. Had to cut the pregame short there as the teams apparently agreed to start a little bit early, and we got things underway quickly. So Roseburg Disposal, you can let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. Opening drive of the night for Willamette goes 5 plays. They cover 83 yards. They needed a little more than just about 2.5 minutes to make it, and a touchdown run from Maverick Akers puts the Wolverines on top. From the 11-yard line, the return for Paxton Burke, I do believe, And he'll get it out to the 26-yard line and set up Roseburg with decent field position to begin their first drive. Let's take a look at your offense starters for the Roseburg Indians, brought to you by Southern Septic Service. Corey Kimball looked like he was coming back to be the starter tonight after a one-game absence due to an injury. Kimball will be out there. The junior quarterback, 318 yards. 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. He's also run for 7 touchdowns this year. We do have a penalty flag on the play, unsportsmanlike against Willamette at the end of the return. And so Roseburg will get even better position. We'll see where they spot this one. Taking a look at the rest of your starters for the Indians. Up on the line, Mateo Reynaga, A.J. Baker, George Gibby, Jack Bana, Carson Tyler. Some of the names we've seen up there this season: Caden Austin, McLean Stedman, Dane St. Clair, Dre Burwell, Caden Luther. Some of the names we've seen as receivers for the Roseburg Indians. After the penalty, the football will be spotted out at the 43-yard line. First penalty of the night for Willamette. Here comes Roseburg's offense trying to answer the opening drive by Willamette. Handed off, running left side, and it is the 5-star recruit for the Oregon Ducks along the defensive line, Tony Cumberland, that comes up to make the stop. A guy that transferred out of Arizona and moves to Eugene this year makes the stop on first down on the carry by Tyler Reitman, who will get the start in the backfield. We've seen Reitman back there more often. Carson Uragwin getting time back there. Landon Simpson as well, as they'll use a lot of runners for this Roseburg Indians offense.
One note, Reitman is wearing 23 today compared to his normal 45, but he's normally been a second-half back. They're trying to get him going early on here in the first quarter.
Kimball will be under center. First game back after the one-game injury hiatus. Burwell moves in motion. They'll pitch it to him. Going to try to stretch it to the edge. Gets some blockers. Continues to weave his way up. Gets hit from behind. And Cumberland looks like a big-time college football recruit. That he went from the opposite side of the defensive line and tracked down DeRay Burwell, who does have some good speed, all the way to the far sideline and made that tackle. Jumped on the back of Burwell after he got it out to the 49 on the other side of the 50 into Willamette territory after he picks up 8.
He really looks like a man amongst boys out there. He just has such the size, and he's lining up right under the ball, right over the ball. He just is a big, big, big body up there in the middle.
Roseburg needs 2 yards for the conversion on third down. Kimball moves a man in motion. They give it over the right side, and Reitman pushed his way close to the line of scrimmage here, and they're going to signal fourth down on the far sideline. They're just short of the line to gain at the 47.
I mean, it's Cumberland right again. They're running right at him. He sheds the block with ease and able to bring down Reitman just shy of the first down marker.
1 yard gain. It was more than a yard, but only credited with the 1 because they don't get the extra there. Offense stays on the field. Big moment here for the Roseburg offense early. Kimball under center. And there it is. They go on the hard count. They probably watched tape and saw Corey Kimball run that quarterback sneak really well against Thurston a couple of weeks ago. Goes on the hard count, and Willamette, the entire defensive front, was ready to go. Could not stay back.
And Cumberland again, it was him that jumped first, and he was antsy. He wanted to get up there and get the stop on fourth down and short. Instead, it's a penalty, and we saw that early on in the season. Roseburg able to use the motions and the timed fake snaps. It's worked to their benefit quite some times this season.
And there is Cumberland once again. Goes through the line. He'll get another penalty.
It's just a little undisciplined. And I think this is just kind of what the Veer offense does to you, right? You anticipate that snap coming when the wing back gets motioned behind the quarterback, but sometimes Roseburg will fake it. They'll stop, turn around, head back towards the line of scrimmage, and right there, Cumberland a little bit too antsy once again.
Up to the line, Roseburg, first down and 5 after the defensive encroachment. 7:03 to go here in the first quarter. 7-0. Willamette in front after their opening drive. Roseburg with the pre-snap motion. Now will reset up as Kimball goes under center, checks his wristband after getting word from the sideline. Moves Burwell in motion. Give it to... Nope. It is the keeper for the quarterback. Over the right side, gets to the 35-yard line. It'll be second down and 2 for the Tribe.
Got to think that's good, getting Kimball a rush right away, kind of right here on this opening drive. Try to get him back into football shape after missing a game with that injury.
Yeah, he went out after running for a first down against Thurston, got tackled and was grabbing his shoulder collarbone area. Missed the rest of that Thurston game. That was in the fourth quarter. Missed all last week against North Eugene. Great to see him back out there for the Tribe. Under center he goes. Looking to pass. Has the man open. It's Stedman. He slips one tackle, gets to the 15, and is wrapped up there. McLean Stedman with the catch. The junior is 7th catch of the year, and he'll move the chains on the quick slant route for Roseburg.
And you got to love this offense. Just run, run, run. You got Willamette thinking it's going to be another run, and then you hit him with the slant route. Stedman breaks away and gets some extra yardage for the 20-yard pickup.
Down to the 15-yard line, spread out wide to the far side of the field is St. Clair. Nelson on the near side. Burwell moves in motion, left to right. Give it to Reitman. No, it's a keeper for the quarterback. Boy, Kimball does a great job, and Willamette's doing a good job of tackling both the running back and the quarterback, so it's hard to tell as they get hit quickly on exactly who had the football. This time it was Kimball on the carry, and he just gets about a yard to the 14.
Maybe that's how you should defend the read option. You tackle both, and then you
just
don't have to worry
everybody.
about it.
Roseburg faces 2nd and 9. Reitman is the deep back. Tyler Reitman last week, 9 carries, 61 yards. It's nearing 100 yards on the season on just 15 carries coming into tonight. Man in motion from right to left. It's Austin on the pitch. He weaves his way through. He's down inside the 10 and near the 5-yard line. That would be good for the first down if he can get to the 5. We're going to see where they spot this one. Down to the 6 for Caden Austin as he'll pick up 8 on the carry. And Roseburg facing 3rd down and a yard.
And right now the offense is just doing a great job going up the middle. When that's not going, then you go to the outside, and you're just stretching the defense right now horizontally, and that's what Roseburg needs to do in this game with a big body like Cumberland up the middle.
3rd down and a yard inside the red zone for Roseburg. Burwell will reset back on the left end of the line. The slots, Burwell and Austin. You've got Nelson and St. Clair spread out to the right side of the formation. Now in motion goes Austin. They'll pitch it to him again, running left side, looking for a blocker. He's got the first down, stretching for the pylon. Touchdown, Roseburg! And the Indians will answer on the opening drive of the first quarter. A penalty flag is out. And that might be in the area of holding with those receivers out there. No, it's holding on the defense. And Roseburg's touchdown will stand.
What a big response drive from the Tribe right there, able to run the ball a lot during that drive. And you did have the 20-yard pitch and catch on the slant route to Stedman, but just a great job, able to stretch the field, use the speed of Caden Austin as he picks up 14 yards on 2 carries during that drive and gets the touchdown.
So Roseburg able to show that they are ready to stay in this one and move the ball. Wait, did they signal the wrong way?
I think they might have.
Oh. Yeah, Roseburg's offense is back out there, and they've taken the points off the board. So our apologies. Thought that was a touchdown. They signaled holding on the defense initially. So it's now 3rd down and 8. Looking for the quick pass over the middle. It got tipped in the air by Austin. The pass just behind Caden Austin on the quick seam route over the middle of the field. It was there, but the pass just off the mark. And so what looked like a touchdown now turns into an incompletion, and it's 4th down for Roseburg.
That's just Tony Cumberland, again, that 6'5 frame up the middle, and you see a little bit of a jump pass from Kimball. And he's trying to work his way back. I mean, you missed a whole week. You're out of rhythm for a little bit. Just trying to connect with his wide receiver. Now passing down here, they're going for it.
No field goal unit out. They'll go for it on 4th down. Pitch it to Austin again. Hit in the backfield. Tiptoes down the sideline. Didn't seem like he was going to quite have enough as he gets taken out at the 7, 2 yards shy. And Roseburg will turn it over on downs. So that penalty that backed him up out to the 13-yard line. Then down to the 7, a pickup of 6 on that carry for Austin, but a turnover on down. That penalty wipes away a touchdown for the Indians. And with 3:56 to go in the first quarter, Willamette's back out on the field, starting with the football at their own 8-yard line. So actually, I guess only a pickup of 5 for Austin on that carry. Roseburg football tonight brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. Holding penalty wipes out a score for Roseburg. They trail 7-0, 3:56 to go here in the first quarter. Trey People and the Willamette offense back out on the field. He'll set up in shotgun. He's got Aker to his left, looking to run the football now. People will tuck it and carry. Was initially looking to pass, but they were moving the pocket to his left. Instead, takes it down and runs with it as he had some pressure in the backfield, flushing him out.
Going to give him a carry of 1 yard right there. Good job from the defense after People just lit him up that first drive. 2 completions, 67 yards. Able to do a better job this time in the secondary and allow the pressure to come up, get the quarterback.
Makes it 2nd down and 9. Roseburg with Luke Robbins and Tyler Reitman at the middle linebacker positions. Robbins back out there defensively after playing strictly quarterback last week. Turned and handed off. Caught in the backfield. Nowhere to go for Maverick Akers. A tackle for loss for Roseburg. It's Brayson Parker, who also missed last week due to an injury. Great to see him back. I was hopeful that would be the case. And Parker comes up with the TFL. Last year had 1.5 of those. Gets one here tonight. Dropping Akers back to the 5-yard line, a loss of 4, and it's 3rd down and long, deep in their own territory for the Wolverines.
And he was a big absence last week. I mean, throughout the start of the season, it just felt like he was shedding blockers and getting to the backfield in a hurry like we just saw right there.
First TFL for Parker, throwing from his own end zone. They've got the screen set up, but it goes off the hands for Akers. Couldn't hang on to it. Throw was a little bit high, a little behind him. Tried to twist to get back to it. Incompletion stops the clock with 2:30 to go, and they will be punting from their own end zone here for the Wolverines. Good defensive stand here, and it was all off of that tackle for loss by Brayson Parker.
Absolutely. It makes it a different type of situation, whether it be 3rd and short or 3rd and long like we just saw, and it causes a little bit of a errant throw backed up in your own end zone, and it's a good defensive stand after turning the ball over.
Cole Newton, the punter, will be in his own end zone. 8 punts this season, average of 34.3 yards per punt. Paxton Burke deep to return. Kick is away. Not a very good one. Will take a Willamette bounce and roll out past the 40, now to the 45. Boy, that got a great roll as it'll be down at the 49-yard line. Does not cross the 50, but that was a great punt and roll for the Wolverines. Roseburg gets the football with 2:17 to play in the first quarter, and they'll have it at the Willamette 49-yard line. Looking to get the offense moving once again after a drive that stalled in the red zone. Tonight's ball game brought to you by Neal Company Real Estate. Check out Neal Company Real Estate at nealco.com for the latest listings around Douglas County. Their agents can help you score the home of your dreams. Reitman will be the back. Playing left tackle tonight is Caden Luther, who switched to number 61. I was wondering if that meant he might play more lineman instead of tight end. Looking to pass, no pump fake, pulled it down, weaving his way up the middle of the defense. Goes Corey Kimball. He gets to the 45. They're going to give him forward progress out to the 43. A pickup of 6 on 1st down for Kimball.
And that was just a smart play by Kimball. Didn't have anything with the screen out to the right side. Kept it himself, and he weaved in and out of defenders and offensive linemen to find some positive yardage and gets the 6 yards.
Do you think he was looking to pass, or was the pump fake just to try and get the defense to bite?
I think he was looking to pass. It felt like the entire offensive line was heading that way.
Sets up 2nd down and 4 as the clock nearing 1.5 minutes to go in the first period. Burwell in motion, pitch it, running to the right side. He's got some space out there, stretches to the numbers, out to the far sideline. He is taken across the outside edge as he picks up the 1st down and a little extra, stretching it all the way to the 34-yard line and picking up 9 on the carry, Dre Burwell.
They're running the pitch quite a bit. They're trying to stretch this team horizontally, and they're doing a great job of it so far, keeping Willamette on their toes.
Willamette has Tony Cumberland right there in the middle. But you've also got a freshman in Brennan Christian, senior in Gabe Walker, and Jason Strasbaugh. They're on that defensive line that have all been disruptive as well. Big bodies out there as well. Under center, looking to pass, some time out into the flats. A little screen set up for Stedman. Stedman will have good yardage down the sideline thanks to a huge block there from Dane St. Clair that cleared the pathway for the first down. Well, actually not quite that much. Or was it? Out to the 23-yard line. That should be good for a first down, an 11-yard pickup. You could hear from the far sideline after the 11-yard catch and run for Stedman, the Willamette coaches are yelling somebody was ineligible.
Maybe they're arguing that Stedman was on the line of scrimmage. He was standing all alone out there on that left side.
Amos Bowers in as one of the slots on the left side, moves in motion, will reset. Austin on the right side, and timeout taken down on the field. Roseburg's going to use the timeout with 1:24 left to go here in the first quarter. We're going to take a 30-second timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
How should I be investing my money?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
I'm confused by the huge market swings.
Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
1:24 to go here in the first period. I want to say thanks to Southern Septic Service, sponsoring our starting lineups for both teams. From residential to commercial, Southern Septic Service has your behind covered when it comes to septic tanks, pumping, and inspections. Portable toilet rentals and grease trap cleaning. Southern Septic Service, woman and veteran-owned, and proud to support our local sports teams. Some big games going on for teams around the Umpqua Basin. We'll have your BTB Moving Out-of-Town scoreboard update for you a little bit later on. We've got somebody sending us scores from Douglas and Siuslaw. A huge showdown going on out in Florence here tonight. We'll keep tabs on that one and have some updates.
I have a score for that
Okay,
one.
let's hear it.
7-0, Douglas leading in the first quarter.
Trojans in front. That would be a big win for Douglas to go to 6-0 if they can get it. Out of the timeout, conversation still being had between the Willamette coaches and the officials here. Coach Line not happy about it. Now, not his first trip to Roseburg. Coached 7 years at Sheldon High School, resigned back in December, saying he wanted to spend more time with his family, watch his daughter's senior year of volleyball at Sheldon. But then a month later, got the job at Willamette, saying that they were flexible with his desires to be able to watch his daughter play volleyball, and they were willing to work with him and his schedule. So, interesting transition that happened there in the Eugene area.
Is she still playing at Sheldon?
I believe this is her senior year there at Sheldon. As far as I know, she's still there, yeah. Looking to pass on first down. Kimball, some pressure. Things are wide open in the middle. He'll scramble, makes one juke, gets across the 20, and got hit hard by Cumberland, but pops right back up and will set up for what will be second down and about 5 after a nice scramble for Kimball.
Really good pocket awareness once again for Kimball. He's able to just maneuver. I mean, he gets 4 yards, and that's all you really want from your quarterback in that situation. If your pass play is blown up, you got to get some positive yardage, and that's exactly what he does here.
First quarter starting to wind down, 48 seconds and counting. Roseburg will go right up the middle with it, bouncing off tacklers, spinning to his right, still on his feet and muscling his way inside the 10 goes Tyler Reitman, the senior. Such an aggressive and physical player, pushes his way down to the 10-yard line, and Roseburg will have first down and goal from the 10 after the pickup of 9. The clock stops with the fresh set of downs, now starts running. We're down to 35 seconds to go before the break. Willamette will shuffle some players in and out defensively. Seems like they do that a bit. Roseburg doesn't have Aaron Rodgers under center to try and call that one for a snap quick. He loves catching defenders on the field. Roseburg will run it. It's a keeper for Kimball over the left side. One man to beat. He's in. Touchdown, Roseburg. And the Indians on their second drive will answer here against the Wolverines.
What a great offensive series for Roseburg, able to just march the ball down the field. And Corey Kimball, look at him, fake the handoff, cuts it to the left side and has open grass. That's what Roseburg was missing last week, that threat on the ground with their quarterback.
Kimball strikes for his 8th rushing touchdown of the year, and now the reliable right-footed kicker, Jacob Michael. He boots that one into the neighborhoods, and we are tied at 7. 7-7 our score with 15 and a half seconds to play in the first quarter. We take a 30-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Whether it's across town or across the state, moving is always a chore. So let BTB Moving help with your next move. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable, veteran-owned company here to help with your next move. Call 541-315-0122 or find BTB Moving on Facebook. That's BTB Moving for all your moving.
After a good defensive stand, force Willamette to punt from their own end zone. Roseburg gets good field position. They go 49 yards in 6 plays, capped on a 10-yard touchdown run by quarterback Corey Kimball. The kick good by Jacob Michael, and it is 7-7 with 15 and a half seconds to play here in the first quarter. That drive taking 2 minutes and 2 minutes and 1.5 seconds off the game clock. Michael will kick it away. On an overcast night here in Roseburg. Comfortable temperatures, but the moon is hidden by the clouds here tonight. A high end-over-end short kick down to the 16-yard line for the return man. Up the sideline, stepping out of bounds is Adams, and the clock stops with 12 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Willamette will have decent field position after a nice return on the short kick. Roseburg football brought to you by Dr. Lanson Randall, Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Visit drrandall.com or call him at 541-378-6694. Ball will be spotted at the 29-yard line for the Wolverines, who scored on their opening possession but had things derailed deep in their own territory on their second. Third drive of the night for the Wolverines. Trey People, the quarterback. 56 for 102 passing on the year coming into tonight. Only 10 carries for 50 yards and 1 touchdown as a runner. He sets up, flat-footed, looks to pass, out to the far side. Catch, slipping tackle, still on his feet, out to the 39. That's a quick first down play. They're going to give him out to the 40. An 11-yard pickup for Mekhi Adams on the pass completion. They had him trapped right about the line of scrimmage, but he slipped through a couple of tacklers. And the clock will run. We will end the first quarter with our game tied at 7. End of 1. Be back after a 1-minute timeout. Roseburg and Willamette squared up here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you. Just ask your neighbor. Is doing it right for you.
Trey People will wait on the shotgun snap from Mason Brooks as we welcome you back to begin the second quarter here at Roseburg High School. It's Maverick Akers over the right side, just up the right side over the tackle. He's able to find space, gets to the 49-yard line, picks up 9, and will be just a yard shy. They got to get it across the 50 for the first down. 7-7 ball game. Along with Knight Uretsky, I'm Joey Kieran. Angela Kieran helping out here in the booth tonight with our video production. Grady Hamilton back in the studio helping out with the radio production for us here tonight. Thanks to the whole crew for being here each and every week to bring you Roseburg football. People turns, fires into the flats to Aker. Catch. He slips the tackle, slips another one out to the far side. It's Stedman that'll wrestle him down, shedding his blocker. McLean Stedman throws Maverick Akers across the far sideline. And Akers is going to go to the sideline. Looks like they might just bring him out for a breather. He's kind of limping his way over to the water station. We'll keep an eye on that. Seems to be all right, but
I mean, he got thrown to the ground.
His run took it out to the 35-yard line into Roseburg territory. A pickup of 16. Quick pass. Catch made. That is Tyson Rather, the senior, 5'10", 170-pound receiver, making his 21st catch of the year. And it's close to another first down. Every play has been real close to a first down on this drive for Willamette.
It really has, and, man, they're just marching the ball down the field, and now people over 100 yards.
59 of those coming on the big connection with Brody Robinson on the opening drive of the game for the Wolverines to set up their first touchdown. Second down and a yard here. People with a lot of options out of shotgun with Andre Corpuz to his right. Stays into block, pass out into the flats, catch by Rather, making two defenders miss. Still on his feet, will not go down. Roseburg just can't square him up. Everybody coming in looking for the knockout shot, and out there in the flats, Rather just kept sidestepping another guy, and he picks up good yardage there at the edge of the red zone. 7-yard pickup there.
Yeah, he earned it. I mean, he really fought hard for those 7 yards. 6 of 7, 110 yards now for People.
Akers back in to the left of People, trips to the left side, looking to pass right side. They're going to try to set up the screen, but flushed out of the pocket. People goes running. He will go out at the 20. Will actually lose a yard on the scramble. It looked like Big Jack Banna getting into the backfield, helping flush the quarterback out of the pocket.
I think it was A.J. Baker who was out there, but he lost some steam. He was rolling all the way towards the backfield, and People was able to outrace him to the outside.
You are correct. Jack Bannon not out there right now. A.J. Baker with the pressure. The ball back to the 20-yard line. A loss of 1 on the scramble. You've got Adams and Rather to the left side of the formation. Twins to the short side with Robinson out there. As they are letting the play clock run down here, Brody Butler is the other target out there, and calling for a timeout will be the Willamette Wolverines. Play clock running down, they use it there. 9:45 to go here in the first quarter, and the Wolverines will take their first timeout. We take a 30-second break here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. .9:45 to play here in the first half of tonight's ball game. Roseburg tied with Willamette, but the Wolverines driving into the red zone. Tonight's contest brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Second down and 11 as the Wolverines had to use a timeout after the play clock was running down. Twins either side. Shotgun snap, looking to pass. Pressure comes. Throw bobbled in and out of the hands of Robinson. He had to dive back to the football as the throw was short. There is Big Jack Banna on the quarterback pressure.
He did get to the backfield that time, and it probably was a pass that Robinson probably should have caught out to the outside. A little bit of a low throw, but at the sticks, and now 3rd and 11 for this Willamette offense.
Just caught the replay on the YouTube stream on my phone, and Jack Bannell was right there, got his hands in the way. He made contact with people as he was throwing, didn't wrap him up or throw him down, so no flag on that. But a nice job to make his presence known. Looking to pass again. People setting up, has some time over the middle, caught and stumbling down inside the 10-yard line. That'll move the chains, it looks like. For Willamette, they'll have 1st and goal after the catch made. I believe that's Brody Butler that makes that catch.
Excellent throw over the middle from People. Able to connect for 13 yards as he's up to 123 yards. But a really good throw over the middle, and nice catch right there from Butler, rising up and making the grab.
1st down and goal from the 7. Akers to the right. Looking to pass to Akers out in the flat as he leaks out. Tries to take on defenders. Lowers his shoulder into him. Burwell there helping make the stop. And seems like every time Akers carries the football, he's got guys kind of patting him on the back from Roseburg, friends of his from when he was here last year. I know Roseburg was ready for this one, but when it's all said and done, they are still friends.
I think he's fired up to be back here in the Berg.
And good to see the sportsmanship is ruling out there. Down to the 3, pickup of 4 for Akers. They might just go to give it to him again. He scored the touchdown to open the game for the Wolverines from 3 yards out. Willamette 3 yards out right now. Pitch it to him running right side. Tries to stretch the edge. Bubbles back to the 5. Dives for the pylon, but he comes up short. And they'll spot him out at the 2-yard line. A pickup of 1 for Akers. And now it is 3rd down and goal from the 2.
He hasn't really had much success, at least running the football. 6 carries, 17 yards. Does have the touchdown, but...
Timeout taken. The officials whistled like a timeout, but now it looks like... Nope, we're going to keep it going here. 8:08 to go in the second quarter. Inadvertent whistle. And it'll be... Well, the play clock should get going here then for Willamette. They are going to set up here, 3rd down and goal from the 2. I formation. Pierce is the fullback in front of Akers. Turn, give it to Akers, just right up the middle. He's met at the line of scrimmage, but he dives across the goal line and in. Touchdown, Willamette.
I mean, it ain't no surprise. Coach Lane is really doing a good job. Coach Line, I should say, is doing a good job trying to get the ball to the former Roseburg athletes to score back here. It seems like that's part of the great game plan, getting Robinson involved and now getting Akers involved again, his 2nd touchdown.
PAT coming up here for Cole Newton, who came in 7 for 7 on PATs last week. He's 1 for 1 here tonight. The right-footed kicker will send it away. Kind of low-line drive, but it does sneak right inside the left upright for the score. 14-7, Willamette in front with 8:05 to play in the first half. We take a 30-second timeout here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
8:05 to go in the first half of tonight's ball game. Roseburg football here on the score, sponsored this season by Flyaway Travel. Contact the travel experts at Travel Leader Flyaway Travel. Make sure that you have an agent in your corner. Call 541-672-5701. Well, that would be the third drive of the night for Willamette. Ends in the end zone on another touchdown run for Maverick Akers. Akers with the 2-yard run for the score. That is his 7th rushing touchdown of the season. He's also got 1 receiving touchdown and has thrown for a touchdown. Last week he pulled off the trifecta.
Yeah.
ran for one, received one, and threw for one a week ago.
Is there a coin term for that? Do you know? Because
I don't know. I like the trifecta. The kickoff away down to the 1 yard line into the end zone for Stedman will not get a chance on the return.
Yeah, because in hockey, if you get a goal, assist, and a fight, it's called the Gordie Howe hat trick. So I don't know exactly what that would be the equivalent of in football.
Well, or you got the octopus in football when you score all 8 points, the touchdown and the 2-point conversion.
I've never heard of that one. That's cool.
It was something that somebody told me about a while ago that I should make a bet on the Super Bowl, whether or not it happened in there, and sure enough, it happened, and I should have bet it, but I didn't because I didn't listen to my wife. All right, Roseburg offense back out on the field, looking to answer. Trailing by 14 again. Quick pass. It is caught by St. Clair. And a big tackle there coming up to make the stop. That is Marcus Holmes. If he doesn't make that shoestring tackle on St. Clair, he's got a chance to run for a little ways there.
He really does. He has an opportunity to sprint all the way to the end zone. Tried to flip and do a little bit of a spin, but good tackle on the outside.
Picks up 6. 2nd down and 4 for the Indians. Ball on the right hash mark. It's Nelson spread out to the right side. Running up the middle, but that play was sniffed out quickly there by Willamette. And did they say the football came out? Willamette's trying to claim that the football came out, I think. Trey People is walking back out on the field. Here come the officials to meet together.
Yeah, they're celebrating like it's a turnover.
And it is. Turnover on the handoff, and Corey Kimball's looking like they can't believe this just happened. That was Landon Simpson, the running back there. He's walking around going, I don't understand what just happened. And Coach Matt Watson is out there in the ear of one of the officials, and they might get together again here. So as it stands right now, it was no gain on the play and would be a fumble on the handoff to Simpson. The offense for Willamette is coming out. The signal was that it was going to be first down for Willamette. So the crew discussing. Well, they waved Roseburg's defense away from the line of scrimmage. Now they got Willamette all focused around them. Doesn't look like anything's going to change here.
I mean, it rarely does in high school football.
Turnover. So a fumble on the carry for Roseburg. And recovered by Willamette. And the Wolverines, with the turnover, will have the ball with 7:16 to go here in the first half. And they've got it deep in Roseburg territory, starting at the Indians' 26-yard line. People back out there in shotgun. Couple of looks, going to huck it towards the end zone. It was out of the reach of Makai Adams heading to the end zone there. Good route. He just didn't quite get that one in the bucket.
Just a little bit overthrown, but we mentioned his completion percentage, only 56% coming into today. That's just his third incompletion on his 11th passing attempt.
2nd down and 10. Akers still in there in the backfield to the right of People. Trips to the right side. Adams, the lone target to the left side, going to pass out in the flats. That ball is going to one hop out of bounds on the far side. It is a forward pass, incomplete. Too tall for Tyson Rather, and the incompletion makes it 3rd down and 10.
And once again, it's Brayson Parker getting into the backfield, causing an erratic throw from People. It's a little bit of pressure up the middle, and throw just a little bit high coming off the right hand of People.
3rd down and 10. Roseburg maybe put some pressure on. Delayed handoff to Akers. He's going to stretch it to the outside. Gets forced back in. Gets hit from behind. Stumbles down to the 20. It'll be 4th down and 4 yards to go. Pickup of 6 there.
Yeah, and right now you can see people's looking to the sideline. He wants to go for it, and it looks like they are going to go for it here.
Didn't look up to see if Cole Newton had any field goal attempts. The place kicker for Willamette, and Roseburg's going to jump off sides defensively. Couldn't.
You just can't have that. It's 4th and 4. Now you give him a first down.
So the penalty will move the chains. Roseburg's been fairly good disciplined. Just their second penalty of the night, but a costly one there to give a fresh set of downs for the Wolverines to the 15-yard line. I get it. You're trying to be aggressive, but you got to be disciplined. You got to know that's what's coming.
No doubt.
So 1st and 10, ball at the 15. Willamette trying to pull ahead by 2 scores with 6:36 to go in the first half. And timeout taken by Willamette. We're going to use one as well as the Wolverines use their second timeout here in the first half. Back after a 30-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
In today's big box store, how-to YouTube video world, it is hard to do it yourself. If you're fixing your fence or putting in a new one, the only place to start is Quality Fence. We stock almost anything you need and take the time to show you how to really do it yourself. Visit the Quality Fence showroom in Roseburg and get great fencing ideas at qualityfenceco.com.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
Well, we're getting score updates from around the county. We'll have a look at your out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by BTB Moving coming up during our Quality Fence halftime report. Stay tuned for that. 6:36 to go here in the second quarter. It's 14-7, Willamette in front of Roseburg. They got first down and 10 from the Roseburg 15, looking to add more after a turnover. It's People on a design run, goes over the right side, got a block, and eluded a defender. Knocked out across the far sideline, out at the 7-yard line, it looks like. We have a pickup of 8 on that carry.
Not a ton of runs this season for People. Only had 10 carries for 50 yards entering today, and they're able to use his wheels a little bit to the outside. Try to get that involved after Akers only has 25 yards on 8 carries.
It's second down and short. They can get a first down inside the 5-yard line. Handed off, delayed handoff to Akers on the counter. He goes up the middle, gets inside the 5, down to the 3. And this is Maverick Akers territory for the Wolverines. He has scored from the 3 and the 2.
And it looked like Brayson Parker was right in the right position, and then all of a sudden Akers went whoop, juked him to the left side and got up the field.
Right now a 7-point lead for Willamette, looking to add to it, and they go on that jumbo package once again. Blake Pierce, the junior fullback, 6 foot, 225 pounds. He'll set up in the fullback position. Dotting the I is Akers, right up the middle, follows his blockers again, and in for another 6. Touchdown, Willamette.
Now that's a trifecta. 3rd rushing touchdown for Akers in his return to Roseburg. I mean, this has got to be a special moment for him, coming back here and playing at this field and scoring his 3rd touchdown on his former team.
So Akers will punch it in from 3 yards for a second time. And now the kick from Cole Newton to try and make it 21-7. Wolverines capitalizing on the short field and the turnover. Ooh, kicked just away as Paxton Burke diving across almost got to that one in time. Kick good. It's 21-7. Willamette in front with 5:59 to play here in the first half. Back after a 30-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
That drive, 6 plays, covering 26 yards. One Roseburg penalty in there, helping move the chains. And that took all of 1 minute 17 seconds for the Willamette Wolverines. Newton will kick it away. Moving right to left in the white jerseys for the Wolverines. Roseburg in the black jerseys here tonight on the pink out night as they support the battle against cancer here at Roseburg this week. They did it at volleyball last night. Big win for the volleyball team last night. Congratulations as they swept South Medford to knock off the number 1 team in the league.
Upset.
Yeah, huge one there.
I mean, a sweep, too.
Yeah, did it in dominating fashion. The kick goes into the end zone for a touchback. Roseburg will bring it out to the 20. So here comes the offense after a turnover on the last possession, a fumble on the handoff to Landon Simpson. Roseburg looking to try and see if they can get points before halftime, and then they get the ball to start the second half.
And we've seen Roseburg do that a ton this season. Able to score just before the end of the first half and then get the ball back in the second half and score again.
They will hand it off. Reitman with some space, pushes back down his lineman and then into the secondary. Tyler Reitman with a huge run on first down. He'll move the chains as he carries that football out to the 32.
That's good. I mean, you need to get positive yardage and get a big play like that right away after the turnover and allowing a touchdown to go down by 2 scores. Got to get the offense going here.
See if they can take advantage, get Willamette on their heels. 4-man front for the defense. Kimball under center. They turn and run the right side of the line. Short yardage on first down. The football goes to the 34. So they tried to run opposite of Cumberland there on that front line. I'm sure that a lot of teams try to do that.
I mean, you can try, but he's still right there in the middle.
And you got the freshman Brennan Christian on the kind of the opposite side, it seems like a lot of times. And he's been able to really kind of take advantage. 4 sacks for that freshman at the defensive end position. He doesn't look like, I was just looking at him around there, he does not look like a freshman. Roseburg going quick, and a penalty flag is out. And Willamette's sideline not happy. The official turned and pointed back at the sideline. Could this be a penalty on Willamette's sideline? The ball is at the 34. They're signaling that it's against Willamette.
Offsides.
Yeah, encroachment.
Seeing the band right now roll out some trees.
Yeah, man. When they start getting the props and whatnot in, boy, they are entertaining. We will have some of the. Are they swinging this the other direction now? No, there they go. It almost looked like they were changing it against the offense rather than the defense. So penalty on Willamette. Yeah, the band, we will partake in some of the band here tonight at halftime, so stay tuned to hear from them as they perform for us. Roseburg right now trying to get this drive up in high gear. 2nd down and 3. Looking to pass. Kimball will rush out to the left side. He's trying to get to the edge, and good closing speed by the linebacker for Willamette to bring down Kimball, trying to get to the edge. It's a short gain as coming up to make the play, Kyron Smith tracking down the quarterback.
Just pick up 1 for Kimball.
Got to get the ball to the 42-yard line. It's set on the left hash marks at the 40.
I like what Kimball's doing, though. I mean, if it's not there, he wastes no time and races up and does a good job.
Big 3rd down here for the Tribe, and Willamette stays on side as that was the freshman Christian almost jumping off. Roseburg's going to burn a timeout here with 4:52 to go in the first half. We'll take a 30-second timeout. It's 21-7. Willamette in front of Roseburg on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Of a muscle? Make a move to Centennial Orthopedics and Podiatry for muscle, joint, and bone care for the entire family. Whether for ankle or foot, hand and wrist, shoulder and elbow, hip and knee, or sports injuries, our specialty trained doctors can help you get moving. Get the safe, comfortable orthopedic care you deserve right here in Douglas County. It's your move. Call 541-229-2663 or visit centennialorthopodiatry.com today.
Roseburg uses their second timeout. Big third down coming for them as they want to try and get points here. And more importantly, they want to keep the Willamette offense off the field as well. 4:52 to go in the first half. They'll be tight to the formation here. Man in motion, pitch it. It goes through the hands for Stedman, picked up by Willamette. And it's the second turnover of the night for the Indians. Willamette will have the football at the Roseburg 20.
It was like self-inflicted wounds right there. You had some positive momentum to start the drive. You had an opportunity to go down, score a touchdown, and then maybe get the ball back to start the second half and tie the game. Now you're digging yourself in a hole. And that's exactly what Roseburg's done the last 2 weeks.
So Willamette, after starting their last drive after recovering a fumble at Roseburg's 26-yard line, this time they start at the Roseburg 20. And that pitch just went right through the mitts for Stedman, and he just couldn't get back around to it. The pitch didn't seem like it was too terrible. It hit him in the hands. It's probably one he'll tell you he needed to have. People will come back out to lead the offense. Adams spread to the left, trips to the right side. Ball in the middle of the field at the 20. Quick pass into the backfield and tracking down. Dre Burwell did a nice job to get by Tyson Rather, beat his man to get into the backfield and take down Maverick Akers.
Did a good job just getting to the outside. Willamette going a little bit quicker. They've been trying to get Akers out to the outside. That time, nowhere to go.
Dropped for a 2-yard loss on the pass play. Just did the little dump off screen into the flats to the running back. Second down and 12. Clock running, nearing the 4-minute mark here in the first half. Both teams with one timeout left. Looking to pass. Slant route high. Goes off the hands of the receiver. And penalty flags come out from all over the place. You had both Byron Irvin and Noah Nelson in on the coverage against Adams. And I got a feeling they're either going to get called for pass interference or a hit against an illegal or a defenseless receiver.
You just know this Roseburg sideline is very, very unhappy with this decision.
You could see all the coaches rip off their headsets. Personal foul against Roseburg. Oh, that's just another one of them breaks here tonight. Roseburg came up to make a big play defensively, and they get hit with the penalty.
Nothing's going the Tribe's way right now.
Some self-inflicted, and there, a call that they will disagree with. Half the distance down to the goal line. It is down to the 11, it looks like. So Peoples, second down and a yard. They didn't get the automatic first down out of it. Handed off to Akers. He'll pick it up. And the ball came out at the end of the play. Roseburg jumps on it, and it's Roseburg football. It's Paxton Burke on the fumble recovery, and the Indians will force a fumble. Their first takeaway of the night, and that will continue the trend. They've had a takeaway in every game this season. That'll get them back to even on the turnover margin after their two turnovers here tonight.
Finally, they get something positive going their way, and it's a big-time recovery from Burke. Classmate with Maverick Akers, and he's able to pop on the ball. And now you have the opportunity. 3:56 to go. You got the 4-minute offense out there and a chance to go down, make it a one-score game going into the half.
Roseburg returns the favor. They start with the football at their own 7. Got an uncovered receiver over on the far side. Instead, the pass goes on a slant over the middle. Too tall for Austin. Out on that far side of the field, you had Stedman out there. He thought he was all alone. I think there was a defender keeping tabs on him.
Yeah, and I mean, you could hear the frustration in the booth next to us from the coaching staff. It just feels like Corey Kimball's just a little bit off, trying to shake off that rust after missing a week.
7-yard line is where Roseburg has it, facing second down and 10. Under center will go Kimball. Move a man in motion. Give. On the right side, it is the give. Still fighting for yardage. Stayed up with his offhand. Kept up off the turf with defenders on his back, stretching for as much as he could get. Tyler Reitman gets it to the 15-yard line, picks up 8, and will give Roseburg a chance at third down and short.
Reitman today, 6 carries, 32 yards. He's been running it physical up the middle. I mean, he really was that spark plug last week in the second half, and they've gone to him a lot more here in the first half.
Third down and short. Give it up the middle, and that looks like enough. Carrying the football, Roseburg, just a pile and a cloud of dust, trying to move out of the shadow of their own end zone. Reitman will help him do just that as he takes the football to the 19, picks up 4, and moves the chains.
We haven't even seen Carson Uraguin today, and it's just been a steady dose of Reitman so far.
The Indians break the huddle as they reset the chains. Ball on the left hash mark. Austin and Burwell, the 2 slots, looking to pass. Miscommunication. Stedman, the intended target.
Kimball just 3 completions in his first 6 attempts. 37 yards. Just feels like he's just not as comfortable as he once was a couple of weeks ago before the injury.
And the Wolverines do a great job of putting pressure on quarterbacks, and that could contribute to some of it as well as the 1-week hiatus there for Kimball. 21-7 our score, 2:52 to play here in the first half. It is second down and 10 after the incompletion. Looking to pass again, go out to St. Clair. He's got a defender wrapped up around his ankles, falls to the 25. He'll pick up 6. Roseburg has third down and 4.
And really that's what you want to get for Corey Kimball is a couple of easy completions, try to get him back in rhythm, get the confidence back up. You need to move the ball a little bit more, 2:25 and ticking.
Third down, 4 yards to make up here for the Tribe. Give it over the right side. It's Reitman out across the 30, stretches to the 31. And they will spot the football at the 31-yard line. Pick up a 6, moves the chains, clock down to 2:13.
Just a physical ground game so far for Roseburg. And again, with the clock ticking, you just need to move the ball down the field, maybe try to open up the passing game a little bit more here in these next couple of plays.
Kimball under center, not moving too quickly as Roseburg does try to use some of this clock going on that 4-minute offense, trying to cut up field. Penalty flag out in the backfield and questioning the call, the defensive line for Willamette, as that was Burwell cutting up field. He took the ball out to the 36-yard line, which would be a pickup of about 5. We'll see what the penalty flag is. That was the big defender. A number I don't have on my lineup card, but the penalty goes against Roseburg.
79, Caden Folsom, only a sophomore. I mean, he does not look like a sophomore out there.
That's the Roseburg roster.
Oh, sorry.
I did the same at first, and there's no 79 listed for Willamette on the roster. So Roseburg, after the penalty, now faces first down and long. Bull rush up the middle for Willamette. Kimball's going to just try to scramble. He just had to be worried about the defense coming to get him. He gets thrown forward out to the 23-yard line. And whistles are going to stop everything. Timeout taken by Willamette with 1:24 to go, and Roseburg facing second down and 13. Willamette wants to see if they can maybe stop Roseburg and get the ball back in their possession. They use the timeout. Let's get a 30-second break in before the halftime break. This is Roseburg football on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Communications radio stations have joined forces with a news review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Out of the timeout by Willamette. A minute 24 to go here in the first half. Wolverines out of timeouts. Roseburg facing second and 13. Kimball, not a lot of time to pass, so he'll just take it and run. He'll get forced out of bounds, and I don't know if that's good or bad for Roseburg. He gets to the 31 as he picked up about 3 yards. That'll make it 4. Did Roseburg want the clock to continue run
Yes.
and hopefully not give it back to Willamette, or do they want to conserve the clock so that they hopefully have time to drive down the field facing 3rd down and 10? Kind of think it would have been, let's keep the clock running.
Yep.
But stops as he goes out of bounds. Kimball under center, 3rd down and 10. He's got Reitman behind him, looking to pass, has the quick route to St. Clair, and he gets it and goes out of bounds at the 36-yard line, picks up 5 on that one.
Yeah, and there's a penalty flag in the backfield, and this may be going up against Willamette. Kimball, it looked like he got hit as he threw.
It's going to be 4th down and about 5. Personal foul, roughing the passer.
That's huge. I mean, St. Clair went out of bounds. It would have stopped the clock with a minute 14, giving Willamette a chance after they have no timeouts, and now Roseburg gets bailed out.
The personal foul penalty will be tacked on to the end of the play. They'll move the football into Willamette territory at the 48-yard line. So now Roseburg, fresh set of downs and a little bit of time, plus Roseburg has a timeout left to go. The clock winds as they spot the football. Kimball under center. He's got a target to either side. Pass over the middle, caught by Austin. He will break his way inside the 30, and he is taken down in the middle of the field. It'll be 1st down Roseburg, down to the 28-yard line. Man, it felt like he needed to keep going to the sideline.
Yeah, if he would have cut it to the right side, he would have had a lot of space and could have ran all the way to the end zone.
20-yard pickup for the Tribe, and they will spike the football with 57.8 seconds to play here in the first quarter.
Man, that's
so not
brutal.
A timeout here. Yeah, man, it looked like Austin, instead, he tried to make a juke move back to the middle. He needed to use his speed to try and get to the sideline and stretch it a little bit more.
Yeah, that's that clarity looking up above, and I'm sure he's going to look at the tape tomorrow. Even tonight, he might look at that and want that one back.
After the incompletion on the snap, it is 2nd down and 10. Kimball looking to pass, goes over the middle, and they read it all the way. It is picked off by Dylan Freeman. Not a lot of players out there to try and stop him. He'll take it to the 30. He's at the 20, tries to cut it back, gets wrapped up by Kimball. Down at about the 15-yard line. A penalty flag is out on the play, but they went to the well one too many times.
Yep.
The interception will stand. We'll see how this penalty affects the field position for Willamette. 3rd turnover here in the first half for Roseburg. The football right now at the 20. You get the call. Block in the back against Willamette. So it'll back him up from the 20-yard line where the penalty flag is. Nice return there for Dylan Freeman, leading tackler on the team for Willamette. The senior with the pick will set up Willamette with 44 seconds to play. And they will be starting at the Roseburg 30-yard line after the 10-yard penalty.
Second interception this season for Corey Kimball. He hasn't really put the ball in danger a ton this season. And that time just right over the middle and 2 linebackers in the area.
They had the route well covered, as Roseburg has gone to that a few times. Hit it big for 20 yards on the previous completion to Austin. This time taken away. Peoples with a few opportunities here with 44 seconds to go, and at the 30, a chance to throw towards the end zone. He's going to pass to the 20. Cat by Rather. He breaks the tackle, and he is going to race into the end zone for the touchdown. Willamette will build a 20-point lead pending the extra point.
It's another shedding of a tackle, and people now 155 yards today in the air. Came in averaging just 132 yards per game.
There's a penalty flag out at the 2-yard line. Might be excessive celebration. It's going to be against Willamette, and I think they're asking, do they want it on the kickoff or do they want it imposed here on the extra point? On sportsmanlike penalty against Willamette. The touchdown will still count. First touchdown pass of the night for Trey People. Connecting with Tyson Rather from 30 yards out. PAT coming here for Newton. He's been perfect on the night so far on his PATs, although Paxton Burke has had a couple closely blocked, or close to blocking. Once again, he's almost there, but can't quite get there. PAT is good, and it is 28-7. It has been all Willamette since Roseburg tied it up at 7-all. We'll take a quick 30-second break. We'll come back with the final 36 seconds of the first half here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
How should I be investing my money?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
I'm confused by the huge market swings.
Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Willamette will be kicking off from their own 25-yard line thanks to that unsportsmanlike penalty. But they once again capitalize on Roseburg's third turnover of the night. That is 3 turnovers, each of them resulting in touchdowns for the Wolverines. They lead at 28-7 here at the 36-second mark in the second quarter. We've got your Quality Fence halftime report coming up, so don't go anywhere. Kickoff coming for Newton. Gets the right foot behind it. Should be returnable at the 25 for Roseburg. It is Burke making some cuts. Gets out of a tackle. Stretches outside the hash to the numbers at the 50. Couple of stutter steps, and he will take it into Willamette territory. That's going to be a return of 32 yards for Paxton Burke.
That is a huge kickoff return, and now you give yourself a shot to put some points on the board at the end of this first half. Still not out of it just yet. You still got 26.2. Got a timeout. And you're getting the ball back to start the second half. This is a big, important couple of plays upcoming for Roseburg.
Opportunity to just get positive momentum that you can then hopefully build off of as you start the second half. Kimball will head out as the huddle breaks. They've got Jacob Michael in there as a tight end on the right side of the line. Actually, he's in as a tackle on the right side of the line. Got the tight end to the left side. Austin moves in motion. Give it to Reitman. He's going to stretch it over the left side. Almost got around the corner, but slides down for a pickup of 1 to the 42. And Roseburg trying to catch Willamette off guard with the run game, expecting a pass. Now has to burn their final timeout. Let's get one more in. 30-second timeout here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Whether it's across town or across the state, moving is always a chore. So let BTB Moving help with your next move. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable, veteran-owned company here to help with your next move. Call 541-315-0122 or find BTB Moving on Facebook. That's BTB Moving for all your moving.
19.1 seconds to go in the first half. Roseburg with the football, 2nd down and 9. Kimball under center, as he always is. Reitman is the back behind him. They are going to fake the pitch, rolling to his right, looking downfield, and Kimball's just going to take off and run, gets out of bounds. They'll spot him out at the 39-yard line. He picks up 3. I get that he's trying to not give up negative yardage, but knowing that you need to get the ball downfield, would have been okay maybe if he kind of hesitated, stalled in the backfield a little longer, hoping that something comes open and then maybe throw it away or try to get something downfield.
I mean, he really didn't have much, and it looked like Willamette was putting pressure on him. It is what it is.
So it makes it 3rd down, 6 yards to go after the scramble to the 39. Looking to pass. They pressure up the middle, and it's another interception. Breaking on the route, the defensive back, Marquez Holmes, comes up with his first interception of the season. 4th turnover for Roseburg here in the first half. This Willamette team comes in number 2 scoring defense in 5A football, giving up just 9 points per game, second fewest points allowed all season so far. And their defense is showing every bit of being what we thought was a good defense.
No doubt. They gave up 27 points to Corvallis. Other than that, 2 shutouts, a 7-point effort versus Eagle Point, and only 14 points allowed versus Springfield last week.
Willamette has it with 8 seconds to play. Starting at their own 34, they will take a knee, and that will finish off the first half. At the halftime break, it's been all Willamette. 28-7 is your score. Wolverines in front here at the end of the first 2 quarters. Halftime break coming up, brought to you by Quality Fence. Don't go anywhere. We recap the first half, take a look at stats, and take a look at your out-of-town scoreboard update. When we come back after this 2-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Do I have enough money put away to retire?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
In today's big box store, how-to YouTube video world, it is hard to do it yourself. If you're fixing your fence or putting in a new one, the only place to start is Quality Fence. We stock almost anything you need and take the time to show you how to really do it yourself. Visit the Quality Fence showroom in Roseburg and get great fencing ideas at QualityFenceCo.com.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and other.
Here at the halftime break, the Roseburg Marching Band about ready to start their performance for us here.
Wow.
Props are out. Yeah, those are intense props out there. We'll pause to let you listen to the band here in just a moment. Our score here at the break, 28-7. Willamette in front. They've taken advantage of 3 Roseburg turnovers to turn those into points, and they have had 4 Roseburg turnovers total takeaways there for the Willamette Wolverines. Roseburg did get one takeaway in there, a fumble recovery, but they are down by 3 on the turnover margin here tonight. It was Willamette on the opening drive of the game, scoring for a 7-0 lead. Roseburg, 2 possessions later, would tie it up on a 10-yard run by Corey Kimball, made it 7-7 at the end of 1. But then the Wolverines, the defense comes up big, forcing turnovers, and they also get the offense rolling as well as they score 21 unanswered in the second quarter to build a 28-7 lead. Maverick Acres having a big first half with with a trio of rushing touchdowns. He had a passing touchdown in there as well for Trey People. We'll have a look at individual statistics coming up here in a moment. And on our Quality Fence halftime report. Roseburg football this season also been brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. And by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. All right, the Roseburg High School Marching Band, they've got a whole performance going on here. They've got narration happening as we are talking here, and I think they are getting through the story portion of their performance. They're out in the woods here with little creatures, it looks like, walking around out there. Robin Hood. A little bit of a story, it looks like Robin Hood story here. We'll take a listen here as the Roseburg Marching Band performs here at halftime. Our score 28-7. It's Willamette on top of Roseburg on the Quality Fence halftime report. We keep it right here for the marching band performance from Roseburg. That is the Roseburg High School Marching Band performing for us here at the halftime break. It is Willamette 28, Roseburg 7 after one half of play. We will come back with more of your Quality Fence halftime report after this 2-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the score at 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with a news review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Whether it's across town or across the state, moving is always a chore. So let BTB Moving help with your next move. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable, veteran-owned company here to help with your next move. Call 541-315-0122 or find BTB Moving on Facebook. That's BTB Moving for all your moving needs.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Well, the halftime show is doing the trick. It's enamoring us up here in the booth.
I've never seen a high school band like this. This is incredible.
Roseburg High School Marching Band doing their performance and doing a great job. It's even got quite a bit of a storyline to it here, Robin Hood. And choose your own adventure, getting the crowd into it on whether they're going to storm the castle or hide out in the woods. It is quite the performance here for the Roseburg High School Marching Band. We've had some score updates on performances going on around Douglas County tonight. We'll have an update on that with your BTB Moving out-of-town scoreboard update. Providing labor services for your moving needs. Veteran-owned, affordable, dependable, efficient, and careful. Senior and veteran discounts are available. Book now at 541-315-0122. Find BTB Moving on Facebook. BTB Moving. This is quite the performance. This is
incredible.
This is their show performance that I'm sure they perform in contests and competitions that they have.
Do you think this is as many, if not more, people out here than the football team has? Because it feels like equally a size of a football roster.
Yeah, it's probably pretty close. And they always do a fantastic job, the Roseburg Marching Band here. One of the better ones that I usually get a chance to see, and that comes across in...
Can you think of a more elaborate marching band out there?
For a high school program, no.
Yeah.
I mean, it's on the level of what you see at colleges when you're out at a college football game.
Heck, this might be even more extravagant than what I've seen at a Duck game or a Beaver game for that matter.
This is like bowl game performance.
Yeah,
like
no kidding.
That time when they get to do that. Has our heroine got a new outfit or something? They got so many characters in it.
I know. It's like you're missing a lot. You got this huge eclectic of members down here, a castle, all these trees on the field. Here's the princess.
And they've gotten back together. The announcer is correct. Hey, looking at this one, back to our football game here. First half stats, obviously not going to look great for Roseburg. 4 turnovers in the first half. The offense not move. Besides one drive, didn't move the ball the way they wanted to. They had moments, but couldn't keep those drives going, and then a lot of things ending with turnovers. Let's take a look at some of the individual numbers here in the first half during our Quality Fence halftime report.
Yeah, Corey Kimball, it just really wasn't the first half he wanted. Just 6 of 11, 2 interceptions, 69 yards. But 20 of those 69 yards, actually 40 of those 69 yards, for that matter, came on 2 completions. His first and his last completion he had, but the last 2 passes he threw interceptions. Not really going to do it for him. 9 carries for Tyler Reitman. He had 43 yards. I thought he looked pretty good as that running back. He was getting chunk yards, 9, 12, 8 yards per carry, it felt like. And he did. He had stretches of that in that first half. Corey Kimball, 38 yards on 9 carries. Both him and Reitman picking up the load. No Carson Uraguin. I mean, not even a single carry so far for Uraguin. He was not out there. Simpson had the fumble. That was another mistake that really hurt Roseburg. Dre Burwell, 2 carries, 17 yards. Dane St. Clair leading the way, 3 catches, 18 yards. Decker Stedman, 2 catches, 31 yards. McLean Stedman, Decker Stedman, the former Thurston Colt. Sorry about that. But Willamette on the other side for them, Trey People, he had 3 touchdowns. He led 3 touchdown drives, plus the one at the very end. I should say Maverick Akers, 3 touchdowns for him. He had an impressive first half. 3 touchdowns. He did have the fumble, but he had 35 yards on the ground, plus he had another 3 catches for 18 yards. He had a touchdown, 3 catches, 46 yards. But Trey People, he really got it down the field, 155 yards and a touchdown in that first half. A 30-yard touchdown completion for his final pass. And only 4 incompletions on the 14 attempts, 10 of 14. Really good first half for him.
Well, we'll see if Roseburg has a big second half in store for them. More than anything, you'd like to build just some positive momentum going into your next week of work. Trailing by 21 at halftime, not out of reach. A lot of ground to make up as we get ready for the second half kickoff. Roseburg will be getting the football as the second half gets underway. That's going to do it for our Quality Fence halftime report. When we come back, we'll take a look at that BTB Moving Out of Town scoreboard update after this 1-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Just a couple of minutes away from the start of our second half. Roseburg football going to be on the road next week, heading to South Eugene to take on the Axe. They're back at home for their final home game of the regular season against Eagle Point on October 25th. And then Roseburg will be at Springfield to wrap up the regular season on November 1st. That's a look at our schedule coming up. Taking a look around Douglas County, our BTB Moving Out of Town scoreboard update here. Knight's been collecting scores from games of note going on here around the Umpqua Basin.
We actually have a good amount of scores from Douglas County this week.
Got some good stuff to report here.
So at the half, Sutherland, they're up against Brookings Harbor. They've made that long trip out to the coast, and they're up 14-13 at the half. Douglas, they started out so strong. We're up 14-0 against Siuslaw Mapleton, but a blocked punt at the end of the first half for Mapleton gave Mapleton Siuslaw the lead. It is 16-14 at the half. Number 4 ranked Siuslaw, and receiving votes Douglas. Douglas 5-0, looking to keep it going, hoping for a strong second half. Do not have a score for South Umpqua at Coquille, looking for that one. But the Oakland Oakers, number 2 now, they dropped. I still don't get how they dropped. Adrian, though, I will say, Adrian just picked up a victory over Crow earlier today, winning by 22 points. Adrian passed Oakland for number 1. Oakland, though, is up 44-0 against Illinois Valley. Rogue River is currently leading Glide 30-7. A tough one for Zach Mandera and the gang out there. North Douglas, you had a score for that one.
Halftime score for North Douglas Warriors. They were taking on Yoncalla. The two teams had been a co-op the last couple of seasons. Now get to renew their rivalry. Not much of one. North Douglas up 72-14 at halftime. At halftime. Did just get from Eric Savage, athletic director down in South Umpqua. 24-0, South Umpqua up in the third quarter.
How about
in that game against Coquille. Coach Savage coming through there with the Doc Stewarts during the summer. Admin down there at SU. Coach Savage, I know he's listening. He liked the play-by-play of the halftime there at halftime of the band. So, Coach Savage, send us a final as that game goes along here tonight.
Yeah, and then we do have Powers, the number 1 ranked team in 1A 6-man. Powers beat Elkton 55-12.
Yeah, Days Creek played earlier today as well, but did not have a final yet to report on that one. Days Creek trying to get to 4-1 on the season. So we will have score updates for you coming up online at 541radio.com later on tonight, so check that out. We'll also have recaps of tonight's Roseburg game, highlights, coach interview, all those kind of things to bring you once we get things wrapped up here tonight. Roseburg's going to be receiving the second half kick. Tonight's ball game been sponsored by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County, and by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. So get ready for the second half. Remind you, tonight's game is streaming live with video online at 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and you'll get notifications when we go live with another broadcast here on The Score. All right, 24 minutes to try and dig their way out of this one. Roseburg, a tough first half, but they've been a better second half team, particularly in the third quarter. We'll see if they come out of the halftime break with some adjustments. Kickoff goes to the 4-yard line for Burke. Up the middle, found a seam, makes one man miss. Sidestep the tackler, gets out to the 24, and starts things there for the Roseburg Indians.
I mean, you just need to put points on the board on this drive. Doesn't matter how long it takes. You just need to get some points on the board and try to get back on track after interceptions on back-to-back drives for Roseburg. Turnovers in the last 3. Need to move the ball.
Starting at their own 24, up on that front line. Some big boys up there. Tony Cumberland now wearing number 79. I think he switched in the middle of the game here. They go with a 5-man front and a linebacker up on one end. It is a run over the right side, trying to squeeze through the middle. Not a lot of space for Tyler Reitman. He goes to the 25-yard line, picks up one. Roseburg running just right into the teeth of that Willamette defense.
Yeah, I mean, that would make sense that is Cumberland because, I mean, his size is just
he's
massive.
hard
to miss.
Former voice of the Roseburg Indians, Brian Prowitz, is doing PA tonight. He said, boy, I would have gone home with – we've got Roseburg with jersey changes tonight, Cumberland changing in the middle of the game. I was like, it's hard to mistake who he is out there on the field. He sets up right in the middle as a nose tackle. It's going to be a keeper for Kimball trying to go over the right side. Gets spun forward to about the 27. Pickup of about 2 on the carry. And Roseburg trying to go with the grinded-out offense that we've seen them employ a lot of this season. They're not going away from their base. But that big defensive front for Willamette is hard to find any sort of running room for.
It feels like this is just what Roseburg needs to do is just get past the defensive line. It feels like they got them beat in the second level. Just try to get past that first level of defense, and I think that they can find some success. They just got to do it.
Trying to pass. It's caught by Stedman. Stiff arm, got away from the safety, and he's out near the 45, taken down at the 44. He'll get up a little bit slow. He got pulled down. He's going to limp his way to the sideline, grabbing his abdomen area. But a nice job. Corey Kimball's not the tallest guy, and you got those big defensive linemen. He's having to really kind of get some sort of way to look over the top of the front line, and it's been tough, but he does connect there out to the 44.
Certainly isn't the biggest quarterback, but I think that's what makes him so elusive on the line. Oh, my goodness.
Cumberland comes just flying right through.
He's been a little undisciplined today. It feels like there's been a couple of those where he's hopped early. This time he just plows right over the center, George Gibby.
Another penalty for the Wolverines.
I mean, it takes a lot to move Gibby like that.
Out to the 49, Roseburg's half of the field. That was a 17-yard completion for Stedman. He's on the sideline, just kind of getting reestablished. Looks like he's going to be okay. No trainers around him there. So Roseburg first down and 5. St. Clair will spread out to the right side. You've got Nelson out there with him. And then your two slots to the end of the line. Austin on the right side, Reitman in the backfield. Going to fake the give to him, pitch it out to the back on the far side. The helmet came off for Cumberland. And he'll have to exit the field for a play. That was Austin on the pitch. Got to the 50, picks up 1.
And we didn't see that at all in the first half. There was no pitching.
And I feel like that was kind of what I expected Roseburg to come out and do a little bit more of. Try to get to those edges. Try to run that pitch option. And just haven't seen that. Willamette continues to go with a heavy defensive front against this Roseburg offense that wants to run, and they haven't given them a different look so far. 2 minutes off here on this third quarter clock. Down to under 10 minutes to go. Kimball under center on 2nd and 4. They'll pitch it to the left side. Here comes Austin with a full head of steam. And Austin, when he gets his motor going, he is quick. And he races around to the far side. We'll see where they spot him. It looks right at the line to gain at the 46, and they will move the chains. Picks up 4.
I mean, that's what you want. You want to get the ball in space to him. I mean, he is just dynamic, explosive with the ball in his hand in space, and that's what Roseburg needs to do is they need to find ways to get him the ball in space.
One target either side. Austin has come out. They give it to Reitman up the middle, and he carries a defender to the 42-yard line, picking up 4.
He's gritty. I mean, he works for it. He's been the main back today, playing both sides of the ball. It's his 11th carry, 48 yards for Reitman, and I mean, he fights for each and every yard.
McLean Stedman checks back into the game for the Indians. 61 degrees tonight here in the Umpqua Basin. It's been a comfortable evening, a little muggy earlier today, but feeling pretty good out here at the ballpark. 2nd down and 6 for the Tribe. Ball on the left hash mark. Reitman remains in the backfield. They will not give it to him, pulling it out. Kimball goes over the right side, and he spins his way out of the arms of the tackler. That was Brennan Christian, the freshman, who got his arms around Kimball, but Kimball kind of spun out of it, able to earn another yard or 2 as he moves to chains. And Roseburg marching right down the field on Willamette here. They get it to the Wolverines 34.
They've been in this situation before. Now it's time to execute and finish the drive. You have the ball in plus territory by a substantial margin. You're moving the ball at chunks. Got to get a couple of more and get towards the end zone.
Cumberland is back in at that nose guard position in that 5-man front. 5 players with their hands in the dirt. Linebackers only 3 yards deep. Kimball under center, low crouch. Austin in motion. Give it to him, trying to get around the edge, and coming up to make the stop is Tyson Rather as he upends Austin, filling the hole perfectly. Takes him down at the 35, a loss of 1.
And saw the bench, everybody on the sideline for Willamette. They were making some noise. I'm not sure if I've seen that. That was a little bit of like a softball team making some noise in the opposing dugout.
That is a description. I knew exactly what you're talking about when you bring up softball is its own beast there for sure. 2nd down and 11. St. Clair and Stedman spread out to the right side for Kimball under center. The junior quarterback, after being out last week, will run the offense again, gives it up, running right side. Over the guard goes Reitman to the 31. He picks up 4.
Again, he's just grinding it out for 4 yards. He works so hard to get it. The clock's ticking a lot. That's been a big thing on this drive already. Over 4 minutes gone on this drive. Moving in chunk plays. Now you have yourself 3rd and 7. Got to think passing play here.
4.5 minutes off the third quarter clock. 7:30 to play here in the period. Roseburg facing 3rd down and 6. I'll make it 7. And again, they go with the run and up the middle. Here goes Reitman. Nobody's on him. He's at the 10, the 5, and he'll race into the end zone as he gets hit from behind by Brody Robinson, the 2 classmates a year ago. It is a touchdown for Tyler Reitman. And if I'm not mistaken, first touchdown of the year for the senior Tyler Reitman. And it's just like nobody expected him to actually get the football.
I mean, I said it. You got to think passing here. And Roseburg, what do? They run the ball and get a 31-yard carry up the middle from Reitman as he's able to go up the middle, cut off to the left side, and take it the distance, races to the end zone. And now all of a sudden you look up and you're like, wow, Tyler Reitman, 83 yards, a touchdown. He's having himself a day on the ground.
The PAT kick is up and through by Jacob Michael, and Roseburg starts off the second half the way they needed to, as they will cut into the deficit down by 14. It is 28-14. Roseburg on the board to start off the second half. Can they keep it going with the defense coming out on the field? We'll take a 30-second timeout here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with a news review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Ten-play drive covering 76 yards. And the Roseburg Indians will get 6 on the board to start off the second half. That drive taking 4 minutes and 47 seconds. Michael will kick it away, booting it left to right on your radio dial. First kickoff, second kickoff of the night for Michael. Third kickoff into the end zone. Because he had the opening kickoff, Roseburg scored, and then that was so third kickoff of the night for Jacob Michael is a touchback. Willamette will have the football at their own 20. Offense out on the field for the first time here in the second half. Tonight's ball game brought to you by Centennial Orthopedics, sports injuries, and more. It's your move. Visit CentennialOrthopodiatry.com. They help out with our trainer, Lindsay Cockram, here at Roseburg High School. Help her with dealing with injuries for the Roseburg sports teams. Gave her a shout-out in the pregame interview with Coach Watson, which we unfortunately had to cut short a little bit, but another shout-out there to Centennial Orthopedics. And to Lindsay, our athletic trainer here at Roseburg, does a great job. First down and 10, handed off. Akers going to stretch it to the near side. Gets up into the bit, but stays up long enough to stretch it out to the 24-yard line. A pickup of 4 on first down for the Wolverines.
And it really hasn't been a ton of big bursting plays for Akers. Yeah, his longest carry so far today was 6 yards. I mean, he's really had to work for his yards that he's had, just 39 yards on 12 carries.
He's closing in on 700 for the season. And Roseburg's going to be offsides on the hard count. Jack Banna and Caden Luther both getting into the neutral zone. Roseburg trying to be aggressive, trying to come out with some energy here in the second half. But a little bit too aggressive there. The ball goes out to the 29. It'll be 2nd and 1 after the 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, you can see the frustration with Jack Banna slamming his hand on the ground. Actually,
whoa!
This is going to go against Willamette.
They call a false start against the Wolverines. My apologies.
I mean, just the reaction from Roseburg, you thought it was going against him.
So the ball goes back to the 19-yard line as Willamette gets hit with a 5-yard penalty. Offset pistol formation here for People. Turns, gives it to Aker, just goes right through a crunched-up line, and he will carry it out to the 22-yard line for a pickup of 3. And Willamette with a big first-half lead. Can Roseburg kind of come out with more energy to start the second half and maybe catch Willamette feeling like they had this one in control? Right now, Roseburg with an early score. You'd like to think that could be a possibility.
Yep, this is a big down right here, 3rd and 8.
6 minutes to play in the third quarter. People in shotgun. 2 targets either side, looking to pass quickly, and it goes in and out of the hands of Rather. And a quick penalty flag is called. They're going to call a penalty flag on Roseburg. It was Luke Robbins in coverage, and they're going to whistle, I think, Roseburg for unsportsmanlike conduct on the sideline, thinking that Robbins was the player talking to the Willamette player when it looks like Matt Watson is trying to say it was one of the Roseburg coaches talking to Luke Robbins. we're going to see if maybe Coach Watkins can talk the officials out of calling this one. But if this is going to stand against Roseburg, this is huge. It looks like it's going to stay unsportsmanlike conduct against Roseburg. And that's just another huge penalty against the Indians. And Coach Watson continuing to plead his case.
That is huge. I mean, you get a stop on 3 and out, you get the ball back essentially just under 6 minutes, and it's just sucks.
First down and 10 from the left hash mark out to the 37-yard line for Willamette. Fresh set of downs, looking to pass, and now looking to run goes People. He gets crunched, and he's a little dinged up here. He had 2 defenders come in on him, and they crunched him good. He goes down at the 39. No flags out on that play. He just got sandwiched by 2 different defenders coming in to make the hit as he was trying to go down. He writhes around in some pain on the field, but now will sit up. And there is Lindsay out to check on him, along with the trainers for Willamette, their athletic trainer Jill Palin. And Coach Josh Line making his way across the field as well. People is up and walking under his own power. He's going to make his way to the sideline. But going to get a backup quarterback in. And that is Cole Newton, the senior, who will get a chance. I read about him. He has been the senior. He's been at Willamette. They had the transfer quarterback in for the Wolverines, and he's been a good teammate, according to Josh Line, and has been extremely helpful in trying to get Trey People up to speed running this Wolverines offense. Clock runs at 5:38. Second down and 8 after that 2-yard scramble for People. Akers in the backfield to the right of Newton. They're going to give it to him on the draw. He'll sprint out to the far side, gets to the 40, takes on the tackler, and stretches forward out to the 41-yard line. A pickup of 2 for Maverick Akers, and it's 3rd down and 6. And back into the game. No, it is still Cole Newton out there.
That looks like the trainer there for Willamette still working on People on the far sideline.
He's standing there on the sideline, does have, looks like a trainer next to him, but I think he is eager to get back out there if he can. Newton going to take it, run it himself, going to the far side, and he will get hit at the 43. Not enough for the first down, coming up about 3 yards shy. It's 4th down and a long 3 to go here for the Wolverines.
So there you go. You get the stomp right after allowing the first down on the penalty. A little bit worse field position, but still you have an opportunity in this game. You got to get the ball back, score some points, and all of a sudden you look up and it might be a 1-score game.
Newton is the punter as well. He was just in there as the quarterback. So be a little cautious on that, but he is set up to try and punt, and he will boot it away. Up into the night sky, waving for the fair catch. Paxton Burke, star on the baseball field as well, fields the pop fly at the 25, and Roseburg will have the football back. They stand on the first drive for the Wolverines and force the punt, get the ball back with 4:05 to play here in the third quarter. It took them just over 4 minutes to score on their opening drive. Can they do it in 4:05 and make it a 1-score game going to the fourth quarter? Roseburg has the football at their own 25-yard line. Hey, before we get started on this drive, hopefully we didn't miss her in the first half. Hopefully still tuned in. Happy birthday, 17th birthday to Ella Ruiz, who is a big supporter of Roseburg sports. Her brother's on the team. She is an avid fan, was hoping to be here tonight. Couldn't make it out here, so she's tuning in to watch with us. Happy birthday. First down play. Not sure if there was some miscommunication there or Kimball just decided to keep it, but it got blown up by Willamette. But Kimball will end up losing yardage back to the 24. But do want to say, Ella Ruiz, happy birthday here tonight.
Happy birthday.
Wish she could have been here. Glad that she's watching, but wish she could have been here to celebrate her birthday. Second down and 11 for the Tribe. Ball on the left hash mark. And Willamette into the neutral zone, but they all stay on side. Roseburg looks to the sideline. Still time on the play clock. Now got to get going here, and Roseburg's going to use a timeout, noticing that the play clock was winding down. For those that are watching online, we're adding back our second half timeouts, as I always forget to do, and then we'll take one for Roseburg. Take a 30-second timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
How should I be investing my money?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
I'm confused by the huge market swings.
Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Out of the timeout by Roseburg, they'll be facing second down and 11. Tonight's ballgame brought to you by Bricks Grill and Chill. Order online for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Visit bricksgrillroseburg.com. Roseburg looking to try and keep a second half rally going. They will face that jam-packed defensive front from the Wolverines. Give it to Reitman, and he had a guy around his waist from the line of scrimmage and just kept going. Takes that tackler out to the 32-yard line, a pickup of 8 on the ground for Reitman, and it is third down and 3.
I'm telling you, he just grinds it out. He's just so good with the ball in his hands. He just fights for every yard. You could just tell that this is his senior year, and he's fighting for everything.
They're going to need it here. They need 3 yards to get the first down, keep this drive going. Cumberland right there over the center. He's like nose to nose with George Gibby right there on the line. Looking to the wristband for Kimball. And Roseburg has to use another timeout. Might have let too much time run off the play clock.
Oh, Matt Watson is not happy.
They're going to need, you got to assume they got to need those. Down by 14 as the third quarter starting to wind down. 2:30 still to play. 28-14 our score. Willamette in front of Roseburg. Let's use a 30-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Whether it's across town or across the state, moving is always a chore. So let BTB Moving help with your next move. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable, veteran-owned company here to help with your next move. Call 541-315-0122 or find BTB Moving on Facebook. That's BTB Moving for all your moving.
The Indians need to get 3 yards here. Kimball under center after burning their second timeout of the half. Roseburg will pitch it to Austin going left side, but that one is blown up at the point of attack. Roseburg had a blocker out there trying to pave the way for Austin, could not hold him off. A.J. Baker a little slow to get up as well as he was pulling out that direction, and Roseburg loses yardage back to the 28. What a bummer there.
I mean, you got the stop defensively. You needed to get it going offensively once again. And honestly, like the decision, you try to get the ball to Caden Austin in space. Just a really good play defensively for Willamette. They were ready for it.
Roseburg facing fourth down and 7 from their own 28. Will elect to send Michael out to punt it. And he will get his big boot behind it. A wobbly kick, though, will hit at the 50, and it might have touched a Willamette player. There is a penalty flag out. Roseburg now jumps on it. It almost looked like
it's not a penalty flag. It's just
the marker.
Yeah.
Gotcha. It almost looked like it hit off the back of a player there at the 50, and I thought maybe Roseburg thought that as they scrambled to get to the football.
That's what it looked like to me as well.
Yeah, then they jump on it on the 36-yard line, and that is where things will go back to Willamette's offense. And apparently, well, the officials are talking here. But they are switching out the football to Willamette, so I would assume that Willamette's getting the ball here. 1:36 to play in the third quarter. Wolverines football at their own 36. Tonight's game brought to you by McClendon's Smokehouse. So we saw Trey People go out with an injury, but he is back out, and he will be under center. Haven't seen him do that. He pitches, running over the right side with some space, goes Akers, gets ahead of steam, and he's into the secondary, stretches a tackler out to the 43-yard line. Picks up 7 on the play, and there's a Roseburg player down out on that far side. That looks to be McLean Stedman, who had to leave the game earlier with a bit of an injury after getting tackled. And he's slow to get up here. The training staff for Willamette will be there to help, as well as Lindsay races across the field. With a break in the action, I'll let you know tonight's game brought to you by Gibbs RV Superstore. You got to get to Gibbs. We got college football going on tonight. We'll check the scoreboard with Knight Ureski in a moment, but did want to mention, don't forget, coming up tomorrow, we got a couple of big football games for you here on the radio. Here on the Score, it's Oregon State football on the road against Nevada. 4:30 kickoff time for that one. Pregame starts at 2:30 with Mike Parker and the crew right here on the Score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Wait, Joey, is there a game happening in Eugene?
There also is one in Eugene. I'm glad that you asked because I will remind you, tomorrow, number 3 Oregon hosts number 2 Ohio State. I wanted to say Oregon State, wrong OSU. Number 2 Ohio State coming to you to Autzen Stadium to Eugene. Game day tomorrow morning in Eugene starting at 6 a.m. on ESPN. But the game kicks off tomorrow at 4:30. Pregame coverage starts at 2:30 on News Radio 93.9 FM and 1240 KQEN. You can also listen to Ducks and Beavers football on the 541 radio app. If you're out on the go, you can do that as well. McLean Stedman's going to walk his way to the sideline under his own power. Great news and a great sight to see there. So hopefully he will get cleared there on the sideline and be able to come back out for Roseburg. He's been big on offense and defense. Handed off, running up the middle, goes Akers, and he'll get taken down. Reitman helping in on the stop with George Gibby, as the ball gets out to the 50 and just a hair beyond to the Roseburg 49, a pickup of 8 on that play for Akers.
He just hasn't had a ton of big holes, but now it just feels like Willamette's content running the football, using their big bodies, being physical. Akers now 59 yards on 16 carries.
That'll put him over 700 for the year. He's got 3 touchdowns tonight to put him at 8 on the season. He gets another one, pitched to the right side. Blockers. He will have a tackle by Dre Burwell. Burwell right there shedding his blocker and then getting his arms around Akers for a short gain to the 47, picking up 2. Clock running down, 33 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
Completely different offense for Willamette. They're just wanting to run the ball and seen people get under center a couple of times, and we saw that in the first half with those I formations. Right now, it's just been a heavy dose of Maverick Akers.
Looks like they'll run it one more time here before the third quarter comes to an end. A 14-point lead for the Wolverines. Under center goes People, turns, hands it to Akers, and sniffed out Reitman right there. Although Akers able to spin his way forward, gets to the 45, picking up 2. And the third quarter comes to an end. Roseburg trails 28-14 against Willamette at the end of 3 quarters of play. We'll take a 1-minute timeout and come back with the fourth quarter here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I'm confused by the huge market swings.
Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Whether it's across town or across the state, moving is always a chore. So let BTB Moving help with your next move. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable, veteran-owned company here to help with your next move. Call 541-315-0122 or find BTB Moving on Facebook. That's BTB Moving for all your moving needs.
I've always handled my own finances, but I need help.
Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Well, Roseburg outscores Willamette 7-0 in the third quarter, but they got 12 minutes to go to try and make up a 14-point deficit. Willamette with the football facing 3rd down and 6. Looking to pass is People. Lets it go near side, and he got a perfect route from Brody Robinson. Caught for the first down to the 36-yard line. That is a pickup of 9, and Willamette, moves the chains. Former Roseburg Indian Brody Robinson with the catch.
Yeah, he had those 2 catches the opening drive, and he has been quiet since. Still, though, 3 catches and total of 76 yards.
So 1st down and 10 for the Wolverines. Roseburg needing a stop, needing a takeaway. Turn, give it to Akers. He runs near side, breaks away, makes one man miss, has to get away from another one, and will. 4th rushing touchdown of the night for Maverick Akers.
I mean, he certainly wanted to come back here and make an impact against his former team. Coach Line, it feels like that was the strategy. He wanted to get the former Roseburg boys the ball in back-to-back plays. Robinson, then Akers, and have yourself a day, Maverick.
Akers takes it in from 36 yards out. And now the PAT coming up here for the Wolverines. Newton will line it up and get ready to make it 35-14, back to a 21-point lead coming up here if he can hit this PAT. Kick is away, and he shanks it. Hooks it left, no good. So it'll stay a 20-point game as we get things underway here in the 4th quarter. Back after a 30-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Whether it's across town or across the state, moving is always a chore. So let BTB Moving help with your next move. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable veteran-owned company here to help with your next move. Call 541-315-0122 or find BTB Moving on Facebook. That's BTB Moving for all your moving.
The Roseburg Indians trailing 34-14 against the Willamette Wolverines here on this Friday night. As we continue on, let's go ahead and pause real quick for station identification. This is Roseburg football coming at you here on the Score. Well, that one hurt Roseburg's comeback chances. They got it down to a 14-point game in that third quarter, but give up a touchdown just 2 plays into the 4th. The extra point attempt was no good. After going 7 for 7 last week for Newton, he missed on that one. He gets a line drive kick down to the 11 on the return here for Burke. He was kind of patiently waiting for something to open up, and now finally makes his way out to the 30. The other return man was Noah Nelson out there replacing McLean Stedman, who left the game with a bit of an injury. And Stedman on the bench, sitting down. That looks like a sign that he may not be coming back into this ball game here tonight. 20-point game. Roseburg with the football at their own 30. The Indians will see if they can make this interesting here in the final quarter of play. 11 and a half minutes to go. St. Clair spread to the left side. Burwell and Austin, the 2 slots at either end, tied into the left side of the formation. The back is Reitman. Turn, give it to him, and it is blown up immediately as Tony Cumberland right through that offensive front for Roseburg. Just nowhere to go for Reitman.
I mean, he is just a man. I mean, that's exactly what it is. He does not look like a junior. He is incredible. He sheds tackles, needs a little bit more discipline, but now he's taunting the student section.
Listed at 6'5", 260 pounds. He's a verbal commit to the University of Oregon. Transferred out of Arizona to Willamette this year. He will be right over George Gibby. And it's a keeper for Kimball. He goes to the left side, tried to get around, but a nice open field tackle there for Caden Anderson, the senior linebacker. Makes a stop. Roseburg makes up the distance lost on first down. 3-yard pickup after the 3-yard loss, and it's 3rd down and 10.
I mean, that last play, it was a triple team against Tony Cumberland. I mean, that's just the type of offense that Roseburg's having to run right now because he's just been so disruptive.
The Indians will send St. Clair out to the field side here on the close side. That is Nelson. Quick pass out to St. Clair. Caught, but he stumbles forward, unable to catch and run. He picks up 6, but they needed 10, and it's 4th down and 4 for the Indians.
Tain St. Clair has 4 catches today. All of them have been 6 yards. That's been his play.
6 yards for number 6.
Yeah.
Just needs a couple more. 6-yard catches for number 6.
Oh, yeah.
Punt unit will come out for Roseburg. Tonight's game brought to you by Palm Wealth Management, a member of D.A. Davidson & Company, member SIPC. Everybody hollering around here. You've got Michael back there as the punter. He gets it away. It's a good kick, angled away from the return man. Takes a hop at the 32, and he'll take a Roseburg roll inside the 20. As Noah Nelson will be down there to recover that. Great kick, but not what the Roseburg offense needed on their first drive of the 4th quarter. Willamette will have the football with 9:06 to play here in the game, leading this one by 20. So the football will be placed at the 16-yard line, it looks like. Tonight's contest also sponsored by B&S Automotive. B&S Automotive Services believes in the no BS approach. Say goodbye to the runaround and hello to honest, reliable service with B&S Automotive Services. Now, Glide running away with a win tonight. We misreported earlier, and that's on me. Glide was actually leading at halftime, 30-7. They're now up 46-7 in that one against Rogue River.
So not a tough one for Zach Mandera and the gang.
No, in fact, it's quite a good one there for the Wildcats.
Former Roseburg High School standout, Portland State Viking.
Looking to try and get that program going in the right direction out there at Glide High School. They go with the I formation here as Willamette looks to try and wear off this 4th quarter clock. Turn and hand it to the deep back, running over the left side of the line, stacking things up. Roseburg will get a stop on a short carry for Maverick Akers, who stays in the game and picks up 2.
Over 100 yards now. 20 carries, 101 yards for Maverick Akers.
He averages 131 on the season, so they've held him below that so far.
I mean, really, he's only had one explosive play. It was that 36-yard rushing touchdown. Other than that, they've done a great job stopping him today.
He sets up as the deep back in that I formation. Spread out to the right side is Robinson. Alone on the left side is Adams. They'll pitch it. Running right is Akers, and he will not get beyond the line of scrimmage. He got wrapped up right about at the line of scrimmage. Yeah, no gain on the play as Roseburg's front line coming in and making the stop. That's Brayson Parker once again. Great to have him back out there on that defensive end position.
I thought he's looked really good tonight. I think that he was definitely a piece that was missing last week against North Eugene. Maybe that outcome's a little bit different, but man, it was a couple of tough injuries during that game against Thurston that really hurt Roseburg last week, and it's good to see Corey Kimball and Brayson Parker back out there. I think those are some positives here today.
And having Luke Robbins back on the defensive side, he was focused on quarterback last week. They get him back at linebacker with Kimball back at quarterback this week, and so nice to have him back out there roaming in the the linebacker crew. Looking to pass, going on the comeback route to Robinson. He makes the catch out at the 26-yard line, right at the sticks, and they're going to move him.
Another pitch and catch for Trey People. He delivers a good ball. He has a nice spiral and strong arm, can hit on both sidelines. There's a reason why he's getting recruited to the Division I level.
Listed as a 3-star recruit for the senior transfer from Norco High School. Offers from Michigan State, Maryland, Hawaii, UNLV, Louisville, and others. I think I saw him take a visit to Oregon State as well.
That he did.
He gets the first down pitch and catch out to the 26, looking to throw. It's a lateral back to Akers, and he will get hit at the line of scrimmage. Carries Burwell forward for a couple of yards. And the football spotted at the 29, a pickup of 3 on that. That looked like it was a backwards lateral, right? So it ends up going down as a run play.
Kind of 50-50. I'll put it as a run play.
It's like those ones where they do the motion on the receivers and then they pitch it forward. It looks like it should just be a handoff and a run, but technically, since it's forward, it's a pass and goes down as a passing completion for a quarterback. This is a true handoff here to Akers. He stretches it to the left side, gets around the edge. A penalty flag is out. He hurdled over a defender and dives forward, trying to get every yard he can, but this one in the area of holding for the Wolverines.
Yeah, this one looks like it's going to come back.
Flag is back at the 32-yard line as Akers made it out to the 45. And it is a holding penalty against Willamette. Willamette salting away the clock here, looking like they're on their way to a nice, comfortable victory here on the road at Roseburg. But, you know, if there's one thing to clean up for this Willamette Wolverines team, the penalties have been coming out fairly regularly throughout this one here tonight.
Yeah. It's been a very sloppy game on both sides, in my opinion.
20, back at the 22. Penalty of 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Second down, 14. Looking to pass, has a man open. It's Rather. He tiptoes on the sideline before Nelson will force him out. That at the 29, a pickup of 7. Clock stops with 6:22 to go, and it's 3rd down and 7 for the Wolverines. Tonight's game brought to you by Abby's Legendary Pizza, a legendary pizza tradition. I want to say thanks to everybody that has tuned in here tonight for the broadcast on the video stream. Our live video simulcast of Roseburg football is brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe. 3rd down and 7 for Willamette. Looking to pass his people. Some pressure. He steps up in the pocket, stumbles out of the way, throws downfield, and it's off the hands of his receiver in coverage, Byron Irvin. Right there on top of Tyson Rather, making that a difficult play. Rather can't come up with it. Incompletion stops the clock with 6:16 to go in the ball game, and the punt unit will come out for the Wolverines.
It's a good stop defensively, and now you have an opportunity to get the ball back, try to finish strong.
So with 6:16 to go, here comes the punter, Cole Newton, out there on the field once again for the Wolverines. Clock is stopped at 6:16. Good snap, good kick. Well, got a boot on it. Nice run up on Paxton Burke. Gets a head of steam. Will get into Willamette territory. Takes it to the Willamette 44-yard line on that return. A nice opportunity there. A great catch in traffic for Paxton Burke. And he will give Roseburg good field position with 6:07 to go here in the 4th quarter. The Indians start at the Willamette 44. The Wolverines, most points they've allowed all season was 27. They gave up 14 to Springfield last week. Roseburg trying to be just the second team to score 20-plus on the Wolverines this year. Indians will have it at the Wolverines 44, running the option. Kimball's going to keep it himself, goes over the left side, and he's got the defense chasing him as he'll take it to the 31-yard line. We'll see if here on this side I thought 31. It might look like the 32. Far side they're saying the 31. They back it up just a little bit back to the 32-yard line. So a 32-yard carry for Kimball. That's a 12-yard pickup for the Roseburg junior. Puts him at 62 yards on the evening. Clock continues to run. Knight Uretsky is headed down to the field. He'll be down there for our postgame interview, brought to you by Bowers Industrial, a proud supporter of our local community and youth sports. We'll have that postgame interview with head coach Matt Watson coming up. Give on the dive, going up the middle. Reitman, not a lot of room there. And it looks like no gain on the play, as they will keep the ball at the 32 and a player down for Willamette. Clock stops. Let's go ahead and pause. Let's take a 30-second timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Back here at Roseburg High School, where the Indians are trailing against Willamette, as that is Tony Cumberland that will walk off the field. It looked like he was just cramping a little bit, and so he will walk off to the sideline under his own power. He'll have to come out at least for a play. Roseburg will have second down and 10 after that gain of no yards for Tyler Reitman. The Indians will set up with Kimball under center. Looking to pass. He was right behind the line. He was just hidden back there. Makes the jump pass. He sees Caden Austin cutting downfield. The slant route is good. And Roseburg will have the football down to the 16-yard line. That's a pickup of 16 through the air to Austin. His second catch of the night. Ball's on the turf. And jumping back on top of it is Kimball, losing yardage after that completion for the first down. It'll be second down and 12 as the ball goes back to the 18.
Yeah, I kind of want to go back to that last play. Really smart play by Corey, able to just pump fake and then jump up and complete that pass over the middle.
Roseburg sets up, looking to pass again, go on the in route, and out of the hands of St. Clair. Dane St. Clair diving to try to get to that one, unable to secure it as he had to go to the turf. With that 16-yard completion, Corey Kimball over 100 yards passing on the night, up to 108. His season high has been 111. 4:47 to go here in the fourth quarter. Kimball on third down and 12, rolls to his right, has some time, some space, but nobody open. He will throw towards the end zone, had a defender all over him, and there comes the penalty flag. The coverage too tight. As out there trying to fight for position in the end zone is Dane St. Clair. He comes up a little hobbly on one foot. Nice job there by Kimball to put that ball in a spot for his receiver to try and fight for it. And a great job by St. Clair to earn the penalty flag that looks like it should keep this drive going for the Indians. From the 18, it's not going to be an automatic first down. It'll put the ball at the 9-yard line, half the distance to the goal line. And Roseburg instead now has third down. They've got to get the ball to the 6, so a third down and 3 for the Indians. Clock is stopped with 4:39. Feels like both sidelines have been hollering a lot tonight. They're going to set the football up on the left hash mark for the Indians. Under center goes Kimball. He's got Reitman behind him. He's been the back pretty much all night long. In motion goes Burwell. They're going to pitch it to him, running right side. He gets a block from Austin that opens things up at the 5. He stumbles inside down to the 3-yard line. Great kick-out block by Caden Austin. Pickup of 6, and Roseburg moves the chains. They will have first and goal from the 3. Burwell with just his 3rd carry of the night. And it's going to be Willamette's defense that needs to call a timeout with players late getting off the field. A timeout taken by the Wolverines. We're going to use one as well. 30-second timeout here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
High school football games around the area all coming to an end. We have 4:26 left to go on ours. Roseburg trying to get on the board once again. We'll have a look at final scores coming up in the postgame show. It's a quarterback keeper for Corey Kimball out of the timeout by Willamette. Kimball unable to get a huge push. Goes over the right side. We'll see where they spot him. Knight's down there that direction. Knight, you got a good idea about how close they are to the goal line?
Yeah.
Oh, penalty flag out at the very end of that one. The official hucked that one a mile.
Yeah, and he's looking right at the Willamette sideline. It looked like he was going to be about a yard short, maybe a yard and a half.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to spot it down at the 2. And, yeah, the officials had enough with Willamette there. It's going to be an unsportsmanlike penalty against the defense. Yep, that's the right way to point. Against the Willamette Wolverines. So it's just going to be half the distance to the goal line, but that, I think, makes it first down.
It is first down, and it is at the 1-yard line.
All right. Appreciate the confirmation as Knight right there with that field view. Kimball will go under center as they pack the box here for the Wolverines. They go with the quarterback keeper again, trying to go over the right side, and in is the call for Corey Kimball. He'll get Roseburg the touchdown, and the Indians are back on the board and back within 14.
I got to say, Joey, this is the first time I've been down here with the new lights when they've scored a touchdown. And, man, it's an electric feeling being on the field and seeing the lights just flicker on and off like this. It's a very cool feeling.
Well, the Roseburg offense gets into the end zone for a 3rd time tonight. Corey Kimball with his 2nd rushing touchdown. And it'll put Roseburg at 34-20, down by 14, looking to make it a 13-point game with the PAT coming up and 4:05 left to play. Michael gets his step through and kicks it through the uprights. And Roseburg not done yet. Corey Kimball with what is his 9th rushing touchdown of the season. Takes it in from 1 yard out, and Jacob Michael with the extra point. 34-21 our score, back after a 30-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
In today's big box store, how-to YouTube video world, it is hard to do it yourself. If you're fixing your fence or putting in a new one, the only place to start is Quality Fence. We stock almost anything you need and take the time to show you how to really do it yourself. Visit the Quality Fence showroom in Roseburg and get great fencing ideas at QualityFenceCo.com.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
Couple of quarterback sneaks for the Roseburg Indians. Corey Kimball on the second one takes it in for the score. And Kimball now with 62 yards on the night. He's had a total of 17 carries. And his quarterback keeper gets Roseburg back within 13. They missed extra point there for Willamette. Willamette has a lot of guys close, expecting a possible onside kick here. And Roseburg will go with a quick toe punt. It goes right to one of the upmen who falls on it, but a penalty flag is out. Roseburg likely offside here. Do they re-kick it? I don't know if I'd make them re-kick it. Can't you just take it at the end of the return?
I think that's what Coach Lyon's signaling right now is he wants to decline it.
That, or I would think you'd get the option of either re-kicking or just add it to the end of the return. But I wouldn't want them. I wouldn't make them re-kick it again. But it looks like Roseburg's going to. I would think I would try to avoid that possibility of the onside kick however you can.
I'm right there with you, Joey.
Some players late on for Willamette as the re-kick comes here. Michael will set up. The ball is closer to the right hash marks as there comes a ground ball kick, and actually Willamette will end up with good field position out of it. The ball never got a bounce up on the onside kick attempt, just had a nice roller there for Michael. First time we've seen him try it all season. I'm sure he's practiced it, but first time we've seen it in a game. Didn't work out there. Willamette will get the football with 4:04 to play, and they have it at the Roseburg 46-yard line. Well, really feels like it is Roseburg's defense that has to come up with a takeaway. They've got one fumble recovery on the night, but if they want to get the ball back in their hands with a chance to try and make some sort of magic happen here in the final few minutes, they got to get the ball back and got to get it back quick. It'll be Trey People out there, the senior QB, leading the way for the Wolverines. He will be under center. Tied into the left of the formation, that is Pierce, with a couple of blockers out that way for Akers. He turns it back upfield, gets inside the 40, stays on his feet, has a first down as he's inside the 30. Out on the outside on the numbers, gets taken down inbounds. The clock will continue to run as he makes his way to the 27. Backbreaker there on a 19-yard carry for Maverick Akers.
Just feels like he's just been grinding it all game long, and finally the defense is breaking down. They're getting exhausted. I mean, he's carried the ball a ton, and he's a physical running back, and it's starting to wear this defense down a little bit.
23rd carry tonight for Akers. The transfer from Roseburg High School after a strong sophomore season last year. Came up with some big plays and a win over Grants Pass in the season finale. Talked to him after that game. I remember that. It was a good feeling to finish the season, but then found out that he had moved to Eugene. And getting it again here. He makes a cut outside. Things were bottled up in the middle. He gets to the edge. A couple of stiff arms. He's got the sideline, makes a man miss. And, it was Byron Urban that comes up with the touchdown-saving hit that knocked Akers off his balance. And he goes down at the 4. That is a run of 23 for Akers, and he's getting some big carries late here to turn this into a big night, 146 yards, surpassing his average and surpassing what he got last week for the Wolverines in their 49-14 win over Springfield. First time since week 2 when the Wolverines gave up 27 to Corvallis. First time they've allowed 20 or more points. Under center goes Peoples, I formation, give it to Akers again, looking for his 5th of the night, and it is Brayson Parker once again coming up with a tackle. Falling forward, though, down to the 3-yard line for Akers. Clock running at 2:36. Time running out for the Tribe here. They've definitely made it a respectable showing on the scoreboard, but too many mistakes for Roseburg tonight to hang with a team like Willamette. The Wolverines trying to stay undefeated, 5-0 coming into it, looking to make it 6-0. Clock running down, 2:15. Back judge will check his watch. Play clock running down, People under center. Akers gets the pitch, going left side, cuts it up, sheds a tackler, and he's across the goal line once again. Touchdown, Willamette. Maverick Aker in for yet another one tonight. His 5th of the evening. This one, once again, comes from 3 yards out. Took him just 4 plays to get this one in. After recovering the onside kick, they cover 46 yards. Down on the field, Knight, how nice, how good is Maverick Akers looking in those runs here tonight?
I'm going to be honest, he looks a little exhausted. He is grinding this out, but you can tell this is a kid that wants to play this game, has been fired up to play this game, and he's given it all here today against his former team.
PAT is good, and it is 41-21. Willamette back up by 20 against Roseburg.
Yeah. In some more positive news, I did get a text. Sutherland won 37-13 on the road at Brookings.
All right, so Sutherland back on the winning path after their first loss. We have been keeping tabs on Douglas taking on Siuslaw.
Yeah, that one not as positive.
Unfortunately, that's kind of what it sounded like.
Siuslaw up 38-22 with 1:23 to go.
So we'll be checking scores coming up in the post game here. 2:03 to go in our contest. Tonight's game has been brought to you by Tim's Appliance and Mattress at the corner. Tim's Appliance and Mattress fall into savings at the Harvard branch, or you can visit their outlet store downtown for more great deals as well. And, of course, stick around in the post game show for the post-game interview with head coach Matt Watson, brought to you by Bowers Industrial, a proud supporter of our local community and youth. Maverick Akers having a big night, 150 yards on the night for the former Indian. He has had 26 carries, 4 touchdowns. So big night there for Akers. I'll see if Roseburg, another touchdown, and they would have the most points scored against, a touchdown and a PAT, they could have the most points scored against Willamette. As a squib kick will go right up the middle, picked up by Burke at the 14-yard line, and he kind of tiptoes his way out towards the 30, and they will give him credit out to the 30-yard line, a pickup of about 16 on that kickoff return. See, Willamette seems to still have their starters out there, at least a lot of them, maybe a few guys up on that defensive line. I'm sure they've been rotating through quite a bit as they've been going with a 5-man front against Roseburg here tonight, and they've got the bodies up there to be able to be aggressive in the defensive front because they are just so big in the trenches.
They're very big. I mean, I'm down here on the sideline. They're much bigger than me.
Roseburg's offense led by Corey Kimball back out there. Give it off. Here's Carson Uragwin. We haven't seen him all night, and the senior will get suplexed forward. Kind of landed on his nameplate on the back of the jersey. It seemed like a dangerous one there, but the little bowling ball makes his way upfield, and will get the 1 carry and heads to the sideline. Landon Simpson will come in for a turn. That ball out to the 39-yard line, a pickup of 9 for Uragwin. Simpson had the fumble earlier in the game. He'll set up 2 yards behind Kimball, and he'll get it, looking to try and move the chains. He will. He's across the 40, slipped through a few tackles, and gets it out to the 41, picking up 2. So fresh set of downs, and back into the game comes Uragwin, relays the play to Kimball. Uragwin, 100-plus yards against Crater earlier this season. Has 2 touchdowns. A senior running back. He's not tall, but boy, he's a tough runner and can find his way through some of those tight seams. They will give it to him. He goes over the right tackle. He'll slip through, and he's into the secondary. He gets swallowed up. Out there making the tackle was Brody Butler for the Wolverines as the Indians move into Wolverine territory. I'm going to spot that football at the Willamette 46. That's a 13-yard carry on the ground for Uragwin. And got an injured player down there on the field for the Wolverines. So we get a stop in the action here. Again, stay tuned for the postgame show where we'll recap this one and have score updates for you. Brought to you by BTB Moving, providing labor services for your moving needs. Veteran-owned, affordable, dependable, efficient, and careful. Senior and veteran discounts are available. Book now at 541-315-0122, or you can find them on Facebook at BTB Moving. The player that went down walks off the field. That's Brennan Christian. The freshman makes the way off the field under his own power. McLean Stedman now has his shoulder pads off. He's been on the sideline, and he's been out for a little while. Clock down to 52 seconds to go in this one. Also, A.J. Baker over there on the bench as well. Running the option here, it's Kimball that's going to keep it. Was looking to try and make a late pitch somewhere in there, but he does end up making the right decision to hang on to it as he weaves his way down to the 44, picking up 2. Clock grinding down. 29 seconds to go. Penalty flag out. This game feels like it's gotten a little chippy.
I mean, it just feels like Willamette's playing with a lot of swagger right now. It feels like this is a team that's very confident. They have a chip on their shoulder. They think they're better than you, and they're up by 20 points, and they're showing it.
Well, they get whistled for another penalty here on what was 2nd and 8. Wolverines have definitely drawn the hanky quite a bit tonight. This will be another 15-yarder down to the 29. 29.3 seconds to go in the contest, though. The clock has been running, and Roseburg has not been able to take advantage of this drive. They are winding low on chances. It's a give to Uraguin over the right side, gets wrapped up. Goes down to the 27, picks up 2. And Roseburg letting this game run out here, not looking to try and take a shot to the end zone. Clock was going to wind down. This one's going to go final. 41-21, your final score. The Wolverines will improve to 6-0 on the season. And Roseburg will drop their 3rd consecutive game. And their hopes of the postseason are starting to dwindle just a bit. 3 games still left to go. We'll see if they can make it happen. They will face the bottom portion of the league standings in the final 3 weeks. But they are going to have to hope that their power ranking gets a boost somewhere in there. You got the Roseburg guys, Maverick Akers and Brody Robinson at the front of the handshake line for the Willamette Wolverines. And you like to see that sportsmanship there for the 2 former Roseburg Indians. Final score again is 41-21. We will take a break and come back with the postgame show. We'll have a word with head coach Matt Watson with our Bowers Industrial postgame interview coming up on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Do I have enough money put away to retire?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
In today's big box store, how-to YouTube video world, it is hard to do it yourself. If you're fixing your fence or putting in a new one, the only place to start is Quality Fence. We stock almost anything you need and take the time to show you how to really do it yourself. Visit the Quality Fence showroom in Roseburg and get great fencing ideas at QualityFenceCo.com.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and other.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event, plus you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Our final score tonight, the Roseburg Indians fall against the Willamette Wolverines. Final score in this one, 41-21. Tough one here tonight as Roseburg had a little bit of revenge on their mind as they knew they were facing some former teammates on the other side. They were looking to try and come out and make a statement. Hung around there early on, but too many self-inflicted wounds here tonight for the Roseburg Indians to overcome. Football security definitely going to be a topic of conversation going forward for the Tribe after tonight's matchup. Waiting on Coach Watson down on the field with Knight Uretsky here in just a moment. Taking a look at some quick numbers, 108 yards through the air for Corey Kimball, although he did throw 2 interceptions. Roseburg also had a couple of fumbles in this one as well. Leading on the ground with 88 yards, Tyler Reitman, 61 yards for Corey Kimball. He scored 2 touchdowns in this one. Reitman also having a score as well. Knight Uretsky's has head coach Matt Watson down on the field for our Bowers Industrial postgame interview. Knight, take it away.
Coach, obviously a tough one here tonight. What can you take away from this one?
We have the toughest kids in the state, and I'll challenge anybody that wants to send me an email or a phone call or a message or anything like that. Those are the toughest kids in the state. Not at any point did their heads drop. Not at any point did we see a different type of body language. We have guys playing through injuries. We have guys playing through emotional stuff. I mean, it's an emotional game, right? Those are the toughest kids that I've ever been around. And I'll take those 70 kids over anyone in the state. All right. I mean, I will take Roseburg kids above anybody. I will take Roseburg kids because we're Roseburg strong, and that's just, obviously you want to come out of the other side of that with a win, but I can't express how proud I am that the fight was never gone. At any point did I ever see anybody say, we're done, we're out of this. So just those are some really tough kids, and we are beginning to build something that's going to be great. It's going to be great. We're really working on building something great here, and it starts with that senior class, as tough as they are, leading by example.
Corey Kimball, first game back since the injury. How do you assess how he did today?
Oh, he did what we needed him to do. Sometimes the junior wants to show everybody what he can do. With the way that our line was playing and the things that they were giving us, I think we did what we asked him to do, and I'm proud of him as well.
Tyler Reitman today, kind of the main bell cow. What kind of went into that decision, and what did you like out of him? It seemed like he had a big game.
He had the motor that didn't refuse to stop. I was constantly monitoring to see, hey, is he winded? Do I need to get somebody else in? He never did anything that required me to take him out. And so a game like that, I mean, he got the carries because he never did anything to warrant not getting the carries.
A few turnovers today. How do you limit those moving forward?
I mean, that's a good defense, pretty good defense. There are some plays, sometimes it felt like maybe we were playing against 12 or 13 guys is what it felt like sometimes. We just got to control the things that we can control. And there's some things that are out of our control, and we control our effort and our attitude. And if something doesn't go our way, or if we see something different than other people, then, we're going to keep advocating for our kids and keep preaching toughness.
3 games left in the season. How do you finish strong?
That's just it. It's just pedal to the floor. You know, our plan from the beginning was to leave the program in a better place than what we found it. Anything what we do, the goal is to always leave it in a better place than you found it. And so we've got to finish. We got to finish fast. We knew from the beginning we were going to get everybody's best shot. And that's been true, right? And so we're going to give everybody our best shot, and I think that's what they did here. That's exactly what's going to happen next week against South Eugene.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Shit. Back to you, Joey.
That is head coach of the Roseburg Indians, Matt Watson, joining us here on the Bowers Industrial post-game interview. We'll go ahead and take a quick break and let Knight make his way back up here to the booth as we wrap this one up for you here tonight. We'll finish things off with the post-game show coming up when we return here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with a news review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
Whether it's across town or across the state, moving is always a chore. So let BTB Moving help with your next move. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable veteran-owned company here to help with your next move. Call 541-315-0122 or find BTB Moving on Facebook. That's BTB Moving for all your moving needs.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you. Just ask your neighbor. Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
Back here at Finlay Field as we start wrapping things up for you here tonight. A 20-point victory for the Willamette Wolverines, 41-21. Taking a look at some more of your individual numbers from this one. We mentioned Roseburg leading rushers, Tyler Reitman with a touchdown, 88 yards on 16 carries. Corey Kimball had 62 yards on 17 carries, scored 2 touchdowns in this one here tonight. And leading receiver for Roseburg with 98 yards tonight was McLean Stedman. He had 48 yards here tonight for on 3 catches. Caden Austin with 2 catches for 36. Dane St. Clair with 4 catches for 24 yards. Roseburg with the 4 turnovers, though, 2 interceptions, 2 fumbles here tonight. On the other side, it was Trey People finishing with 179 yards through the air. He threw just the 1 touchdown, did have 1 turnover for Willamette. That came on a fumble by Maverick Akers, probably the one thing that didn't go his way tonight, but on 26 carries, he finishes with 150 yards and had 5 touchdowns here tonight for the Wolverines. And, boy, it was basically him on the ground. He was all the offense on the ground. 84 yards through the air for Brody Robinson, the former Roseburg Indian, gets 4 catches, 84 yards. Tyson Rather had the 1 touchdown catch, 4 catches, 53 yards, and that score. So that is a look at the numbers here tonight as we start wrapping things up. Let's take one last look at our out-of-town scoreboard update. We got a lot of finals that we can pass along to you here. It's brought to you by BTB Moving. Find them on Facebook at BTB Moving. Knight Uretsky back in the booth with a look at our final scoreboard update. Knight?
Yeah, and as we take a look at the 1A, Powers won 55-12 versus Elkton. A tough loss for the Elks, who are, still winless this season. North Douglas, my goodness, another 88-burger. 88-21 the final over Yoncalla. You think those boys were fired up going and playing Yoncalla?
Yeah, I'm sure that was a fun atmosphere up there tonight for everybody.
That's going to raise they were averaging, 77 points per game?
Yeah, that's going to actually bring it up a little bit.
Bring it up a little bit. They're having a heck of a year up there in Drain. Camas Valley was able to win 46-14 versus Glendale. A little bit of North versus South. Is Camas Valley North? Central versus South, you could say?
Yeah, something kind of around those
West
lines.
Versus South? Either way, Camas Valley 46-14 the final there. Glide was able to pull off the victory against Rogue River 46-7. Big win for Zach Mandera and the gang out there in Glide. Oakland, we said it earlier, won 44-0 against Illinois Valley. Running clock in the second half as we move up to the 3A. South Umpqua, a 31-7 win versus Coquille. A good win for South Umpqua, a good bounce-back win. And then Siuslaw able to hang on. Douglas made it close, 38-30 the final in that one. Really close and competitive game out there. And then one last score to report on. Sutherland, big win on the road. We mentioned this earlier, 37-13. Sutherland wins at Brookings Harbor. They're getting that long bus ride home with good spirits.
Yeah, definitely. Tough one there for Douglas. Nice to see that the Trojans put a scare into Siuslaw and make that a close game down the stretch, only losing by the 1 score. It's definitely a confidence builder for Douglas going up against the best team they've faced all season. That could definitely tell them they're here to hang in with some of the top teams around the state of Oregon at the 3A level. Good to see Sutherland get back on track, as well as South Umpqua. Our 3A teams have been looking really good here in the area. For Roseburg, coming up next for the Trojans, for the Indians, the Trojans down at Douglas and Winston. The Roseburg Indians will be heading on the road to take on the South Eugene Axe up, I usually like to say up at the Purple Pit, but that's indoors in the basketball arena where we usually go to play South Eugene. It's been a while since we've played the Axe in football.
What is the outdoor stadium?
I don't know if the football stadium has a name. I haven't done a game there for football in quite some time.
Can we coin it the Lumberyard? They're the Axe. I think that's a great name.
You'll have to take that up with administration. That is going to be next week on Friday night at South Eugene. It'll be a 7 o'clock kickoff for that one. Our pregame coverage will start at 6:45. Coming up next for the Willamette Wolverines, big showdown next week. This was one thing I was kind of curious. Would they overlook Roseburg knowing that they've got a showdown for first place in the league against Churchill next week? We'll see. They didn't overlook Roseburg. I think they had plenty of motivation to come out and perform well with a couple of former Roseburg players on the team. They wanted to play well for those guys tonight.
They were jumping up and down and celebrating in Roseburg's end zone.
Yeah, so I don't think they were going to come in and overlook them, but knowing that Churchill was looming, I kind of was curious how that might fare. Willamette does not let that upcoming showdown
home versus
derail them here.
Too.
Yep, that's going to be at home. That'll be a big one between the Wolverines and the Lancers in a battle of the two teams still left undefeated in league play. So that'll be a big one there next week. We will have score updates on games around the area. We'll have a Roseburg recap up online at 541radio.com. We'll have the postgame interview with Coach Watson and highlights all posted up online, so check things out there. And don't forget, college football coming up tomorrow. Pregame for the Beavers here on the Score at 2:30. Pregame for the Ducks at 2:30 on News Radio 93.9 FM at 1240 KQEN. Should be a fun day of college football coming up tomorrow. And then we've got an NFL triple header. Actually, it's an NFL quadruple header.
What?
With games from London coming up on Sunday morning to get your football fix all weekend long. So keep your radio right here to the Score, your home for sports in Douglas County. We will wrap things up saying thanks to the Willamette Wolverines, head coach Josh Line, for helping us get ready for tonight's broadcast. I want to say thanks to athletic director Adam Blue, head coach Matt Watson, and the entire Roseburg football program for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg football here on the Score. I want to say thanks to Knight Ureski for helping with the broadcast here tonight, stat keeping, and analysis, sideline reporting. He's doing it all here tonight at the field. Thanks to Angela Keyran for another night of great production work on the video stream. Back in the studio running the radio broadcast has been Grady Hamilton. And I want to say thanks to you, the fan, as always, because without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Keyran. We'll talk to you next week when Roseburg's on the road to South Eugene. They take on the Axe. 7 o'clock kickoff. Pregame coverage starts at 6:45. We'll have the coverage for you. Streaming with video online at 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe. Or you can always find Roseburg High School sports right here on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.